Thank you, students, for a wonderful, cordial, grand invite to us. To mark the event, we have our director, Mr. Sharani. We would like all of you to watch a short AV on ma'am message as we welcome ma'am onto the dais.
Our main focus, we have tuned our brains. Like right from my childhood, my father has tuned our brains. To adapt to that education, to adapt to that focus, you need to have focus. In order to succeed in your life, you need to have an ambition and you need to have a focus. So right from our childhood, even during our childhood years, like for example, when I was in 7th grade or 8th grade, my father, during the holidays also, so he used to make sure that we complete the previous year books. Yeah, so if I was in 7th grade, we used to make sure that I complete the 6th class books and in 7th class, this portion of 7th class books. So that my basics are strong before I go into the schooling. So he made sure that we have a proper mindset and that was the mantra.
Congratulations to all the students for this amazing results. All India advanced results were released and we have got 1, 2, 4, 8, 10, 11 and 12 in open category. And it's a very proud day to the entire Narayana family.
The best mentoring, the best coaching, and apart from that, the best love. Only Narayana can give. Only Narayana can give.
I'm sure this precious feeling can't be expressed in words. Thanks to the students who made your dream come true and who made the Narayana family super proud. It's such a lovely start, an amazing day. Let's just keep the excitement going and thank you so much.
இந்த உலகமே உன்னை எதிர்த்தாலும் எல்லா சூழ்நிலையும் நீ தோத்துட்டேன்னு உன் முன்னாடி நின்று அலர்னாலும் நீயா ஒத்துக்கிற வரைக்கும் எவனாலும் எங்கேயும் எப்பவும் உன்னை ஜெயிக்க முடியாது. Never, ever give up! Very hard.
വെട്ടുവേ മനുഷ്യ മുഖത്തിൽ വീരുകം കാട്ടുവേ സാവ് വെറുത്ത് ഓടും ഒരേ വീട്ടിലെ ഉസരയെടുപ്പ് പകച്ച് யாரையும் நொடியில் ஒழிப்ப கேட்கும் காலம் வருது ஓடு தரையில் தலையை உரட்டவும் குருதி தெரிக்க கிழக்கவும் கொடுக்கும் தண்டனை பார்த்துதான் ஒரு வழக்க அலறிடும் சொர்முகத்திய உருவி எடுத்த எழுதுவேன் ரத்த சரித்திரம் எதிரில் இருந்த பகைகள் யாரும் தொடுத்த மொழிய ரத்த சரித்திரம் உன்னை படுத்த கடவுள் கூட அஞ்சி அலரும் வீரண்டா யுத்தம் என்ற மோதும் போத இறக்கம் எனக்கு தூரம்தான் உன்னை படுத்த கடவுள் கூட அஞ்சி அலரும் வீரண்டா யுத்தம் என்ற மோதும் போத இறக்கம் எனக்கு தூரம்தான் வெறியாக்கண்டா சரித்திரம் Dream of night, I dream of day, I dream of watching you fade away. Feel me once, feel me twice, feel me more, I'll shoot you aside. You better keep running if you want to survive. 'Cause every night I dream of watching you die. மரணம் துரத்தது கனவில் கூட பயத்தை கொளக்கும் மரணம் துரத்தது வேட்டை நடக்குது உயிரை பறிக்கும் வேட்டை நடக்குது
மனிதே வெளியே வா மனிதன் என்ற சொல்லுக்குள்ளே அடங்காதே பெண்ணே உயரம் உலகேடா அமர்ந்தால் உயரம் தெரியாது நீ நிமிர்ந்தே வா பெண்ணே மனிதே வெளியே வா மனிதே மனிதே வெளியே வா வெளியே வா
தமிழா தமிழா நாளை நம் நாளே தமிழா தமிழா நாடும் நம் நாடே
They need a big round of applause for themselves. We acknowledge the presence of our main speaker, Shujit Kumar sir. Welcome to our Miss Passage. And we also welcome our RFO sir and HR sir. Okay, give them a big round of applause and kindly welcome to the program.
First of all, there's so much energy in the room, such lovely acts, and I'm sure everyone is having a blast participating, watching and indulging in all the activities. A huge thank you to the entire soft skills department for organizing this. This is one of a kind event. For the first time in Chennai, we have pulled in all the 10th graders into one hall just so that they witness the importance of Safalta ka Rasta. Before I begin, I would like to ask the 10th graders here, I would like to know from you, how was your COVID period? What activities did you indulge in during the entire COVID period? Can anyone tell me? Am I clear and audible? Can anyone tell me what did you do during the COVID period? What new activities did you indulge in?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. It's really great to meet you today. So during the COVID, actually no schools were there. We were attending online classes, which was really new, and it was quite difficult also to concentrate and do all the studies work, as well as we were in home. So it was difficult period for everyone, I guess.
Okay, what's your name?
I'm Manasa from Arumbakam branch.
Okay. What activities did you indulge in?
Well, mainly attend online classes. Apart from that, I do some drawing or any artwork to relax myself. This is all I did, mainly.
Are there any activities you loved the most, you wanted to continue, but because of your schedule in Narayana Institutions or the school or 10th grade, you couldn't? And you're not doing it right now, but you love that activity the most?
Yeah, I love dancing, and which I was continuing till 6th grade. But then later on, due to the timings, I couldn't continue it.
But what made you give up on that activity? If you love something the most, I'm sure you should continue it. You should not.
Yeah,
yes.
From the timings was the main thing, so I couldn't manage everything, both the studies and the dance. So I skipped that.
Okay, please sit down. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anyone else, please? There's so many students here. Please speak up. One activity you loved the most, but you couldn't continue because of your schedule.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Very nice to meet you. Good morning. So during COVID, it was a very different situation because like 3-4 years ago, I was not used to this, like going to school every day. It was a routine schedule. In COVID, like many of my regular activities are like I was not able to do them because of the pandemic. And apart from online classes, I used to practice music every day. And now after the pandemic is over, because of these 10th grade board exams pressure and all, now I left practicing music. So it's the same schedule like before COVID.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
Please
you.
sit down. Anyone else, please? One more person? One more student?
Hello ma'am, I'm
Hello.
Diya from Ramapuram branch. During COVID time I was learning many languages, but right now I am not finding time to do that. Other than my to cooperate in studies, I have just paused it for some time. I love to study different languages and cultures of other religion, other all languages, ma'am. That only right now I have paused it, ma'am.
Okay, let me ask you one more question. If given a chance, how can you make your lifestyle better? How can you indulge in your favorite activity and get back to that activity once again?
I would really be happy, ma'am. I would be more interested in my everyday lifetime. Every day, I don't want to be a systematic, continuously, everything going on a planned wise. I didn't want to go, ma'am. Rather, if I'm back to my favorite activity, I would be even more happier and interest would have grown in other subjects also, ma'am.
Okay, please sit down. Thank you so much. We often plan so many things. I want to achieve this in life. I want to become an astronaut. I want to become a doctor. I will start fitness from today. I will hit the gym right away. But we don't end up doing anything because of priorities. Today, let me take you guys through my personal journey. I want to share with you one incident that changed my life, and I started planning from there, and that because I've planned, my lifestyle became much better and healthier. Are you ready to listen? I had a knee surgery, major knee surgery 1 year ago. I was into gymnastics, but I tripped and fell down. I had to take a bed rest of 6 months. The doctors told me I can't go to any form of physical workout for the next 1 year because it was a bad surgery. I had a meniscus plus ACL reconstruction. I couldn't walk. For the first 6 months, I had to take a bed rest. I was bedridden. I was irritated, frustrated. What is this? And more than anything, I had a drastic weight loss transformation. From 85, I have put down to 55 kgs. And again, putting on weight, I couldn't take it. I wanted to give up. I didn't know what to do. And gradually, once you're bedridden, you put on a lot of weight. And it's the same scenario with me. So I gradually put on a lot of weight. I wanted to really start off, after 6 months, I wanted to start off any fitness exercise. I wanted to push myself. And then I had a situation. I thought today I'll plan. I took down a piece of notebook. I wrote down from today I'm going to start with basic exercise. Let me see how I'll go about. So I got up early in the morning, 5 o'clock, and then I kept an alarm. The alarm rang for about 5-6 times. But I said, it's okay, let me postpone. What is there? I have a long time to go. My leg won't be healed right now. I have more 6-7 months to get better, to walk properly, to run. So it's okay, there's a lot of time. I started postponing. And the second day, again, my alarm rang at 5 o'clock, 4:45, 5:10, 5:15, what not. And literally, I didn't get up. What do you think went wrong? Why didn't I get up? Can anyone tell me? I wanted to work out so badly. I wanted to get up, at least have that push. But I couldn't. What went wrong? Any answers, please? Can anyone answer? Someone, can you please pass the mic, sir?
Ma'am, I'm Sanjaya Farumbakam. So you lack self-control.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Lack of self-control. Self-control.
Lack of self-control.
Yes.
Morning, ma'am.
Good
I'm
morning.
Aparajita from Mogape branch. I think the reason to procrastination is probably fear. The fear, what if I fail? What if I can't walk? And sometimes it's also discipline. I think we lack in discipline because of fear. What if I'm not able to follow it properly? I think that's the reason.
Okay.
In order to not procrastinate, I think we have to break our fear.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. When you said self-control here, I think I had a good self-control. I got up in the morning. I got up but I slept back. What went wrong? We often postpone things. We want something so bad, we crave for it, but we have so many priorities in life that we forget prioritizing what we need the most. And it was the same case with me also. I believe in the concept of present self and future self. When the alarm rang, my future self wanted me to get up, wanted me to push myself, at least start working out with basic exercises. But my present self said, it's okay, we still have a lot of time, so many days, so many months to go. It's not like you hit the gym right away and miracles will happen. It's okay, take a break. So there's always a controversy and argument between the present and the future self. And that's why that creates a lot of disturbances, and that's how we don't indulge in the activities we love the most, or we don't prioritize our schedule. But how do you think it would be if we prioritize our schedule, if we indulge in anything we love the most, whether it's academics or non-academics? You start your day right from morning till evening. You indulge 1 hour in your favorite activity, get back to academics again, and evening spend time with yourself. I'm sure in that way you will have a systematic lifestyle. And I did the same thing. Maybe it took me 5-6 times of pushing myself, getting out of the bed, just going for a small walk. And more than anything, I had a fear where I'll fall down again, where I'll have that major surgery once again. And I was scared, so many negative thoughts in my mind. We often have a lot of negative thoughts, negativity which surrounds us from the time you get up in the morning. But if you can start your day with a positive thought and a proper planning, I'm sure you can execute things. Today I want to know from the students here, can anyone tell me how does your day look like? What time do you get up in the morning and what are the activities you do throughout the day?
Good morning, ma'am. Myself G. Megashri from Pallavaram branch. My day looks very hectic. I usually wake up by 5:30 or 6 in the morning. I do studies a bit first, and then I get refreshed up, and then I start to school by 8. I have to report to my branch by 8:30, so I start by 8. And then when the school work goes on, I finish my school. I reach home by 5:50, 5:45, and then it's my relaxed time. It's my me time till 6:30. I relax myself for like 20 to 30 minutes, and then I start my study again 6:30 to 8:30 without a break, non-stop. I do it, and then from 8:30 to 9 again it's my me time. I have my dinner and I watch a bit TV for some time, and then from 9 to 10 again I finish my homework. I finish my daily syllabus. I finish my writing work, and then by 10:15 I go to bed. This is my daily routine.
Do you regret not doing anything? Do you regret not spending time with yourself?
No, I spend my time like a hour a day in the evening and night, but still I regret because I'm not getting chance to do my favorite activities.
Okay, so how can we make it better? How can we make sure, how can we plan, prioritize in such a way that you will indulge in your favorite activity, at the same time you'll give good importance to academics?
I don't have any idea, but I really want to indulge myself in my favorite activities. Like, I love playing badminton. I want to pursue that.
Okay, that's amazing. That's an amazing sport, and I think you should. Academics is equally important, but at the same time, indulging in something you love the most will definitely add a lot of value to your life. So
Yes.
Plan your day properly. Spend at least half an hour for badminton, irrespective of any situation.
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anyone else? Can anyone tell me about your day?
Ma'am, I am Yogeshwaran from ECR branch, and I'll regularly wake up by 5 o'clock, or sometimes when there is more homework, I'll wake up by 4:30 or 4:45 depending on that time. And mostly from Monday to Saturday until 6 o'clock I'll study, and after that From 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, I'll do my that morning activities like brushing of the teeth and bathing, and afterwards I eat and I go to school at 8:15. And in school it will be very tight work for me, and after 5:30 only they'll leave in school, and 5:45 like that I'll come to home, and even in home also 6:30 to 7:30 we are having classes, and after that after 7:30 to 8 o'clock I'll eat dinner, and from 8 to 10 o'clock I'll do the homework and I'll go to bed. So the full day is very tight schedule for me.
Okay. Was there anything you wanted to do and you didn't execute?
My favorite activity is to relax, to do crafts, and I'm very interested in origami, but only when I'm getting free time I'm able to do, ma'am.
Can we take time for that? Can we at least take 10 minutes, 20 minutes to start gaining knowledge about it? And then can we pursue it throughout our life?
Yes, ma'am, we can pursue it. I'm trying my level best in that. In free time, I'm doing some craft in paper, and I'm keep storing it safely, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Anyone else? One last student, please.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
I am of class 10th, Rampuram branch. I spend my day, I woke up at 6 o'clock and I study till 6:30, and I go to I shower at like 6:30 to 7, and I come out at 7:30 I reach school, and I talk to my friends and read something, and I have DPTs, ma'am. Morning time we have DPTs, but we don't have DPTs now. So we go with classes. The first period is SL period. To 2 periods we have SL, and all these classes are very smooth for me, and I don't have any problem or any issues with my classing, or I'm very happy with my school, and I reach home by 6:30, and I have half an hour I have a nap, or I watch TV for a while because it makes me happy. Then I could read properly after that.
Ever since I pushed myself, there was no looking back in terms of fitness or wanting to start working out. And today also, irrespective of my work schedule or any other thing, even if I want to indulge in my favorite movie, go to the theater, watch a movie, I make sure that workout is my priority. I schedule my day plan in such a way that I execute everything I love the most, and I think that's one important factor each and every person here should think about. That is the main thing that motivates us and makes you a better person. So relating this to academics, I'm sure everyone here is tensed, scared. During the COVID crisis, we had live classes. I'm sure live classes helped you to a certain extent. But there were situations, or because of the circumstances, or because you are so frustrated with the online live classes every day for so many hours, we tend to mute our cameras. And because of that, we would lose connectivity, portions, knowledge, and whatever. And getting back to physical environment, covering everything, there's a lot of strain and burden, especially when you consider Narayana Educational Institutions. The schedule is so tightly packed that we give a lot of emphasis to competitive examinations and academics, also non-academic activities. So I want to also hear from you today, what is that one aspect you feel you can alter, you can change in your life to make your lifestyle better? What is that one thing, one dream of you that if I do this every day with consistency, with a proper planning, consistency, planning, execution, focus, concentration, I think these are enough to fetch you a mileage in life. Can anyone tell me about your dreams and aspirations? What you want to become in life, what you want to achieve? Anyone, any two students please?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, my dream is to join in IIT Madras, so I work hard for that. So that's my aspiration, ma'am.
How many hours are you spending every day?
So, like, normally I spend 2 hours, 2 or 2.5. Yes, just like that, 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours every day?
I wouldn't say that. Like, it'll vary, like 2 hours a day, sometimes even 1 hour. And in some, like if I go to some function or something, I'll just study half an hour, ma'am. It won't be 2.5 hours like every day.
Okay, but there's no consistency, right? You're not doing it every day for 2 hours. How do you think you'll achieve your ambition?
Yeah, ma'am, that's a problem actually. So I have to alter my timings and I have to be concentrated toward my dream. So I just get so many distractions so that I can't concentrate on my dream.
So instead of spending 2 hours every day because of your schedule, because of the time management, can we spend half an hour to 40 minutes every day? So that you'll maintain consistency, and once you maintain consistency, that activity, that hobby becomes a part of your life. And even though you don't do it for one day, you will definitely miss it. Can we do that?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, that's a good idea. You can do that like half an hour, 45 minutes every day. So that will be a short amount of time. We can just allocate the time easily and we can do that.
So can you tell me about it once you start?
Yeah, ma'am. Sure.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anyone else, please? One student.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
This is Sridharan from class 10. I'm from Poru branch, ma'am. I wish to move to AIMS New Delhi, ma'am, because doctor is my achievement, and also I want to become an IAS officer, ma'am. After completing, if I need to become an IAS officer, I just need a degree, ma'am. So that I'm very interested in doctor. That's why after completing MBBS, I want to move to IIT.
Okay, so what are you doing every day to make sure you'll reach your ambition in the next 10 years or 5 years?
Ma'am, in this memorable moment, I want to say a few names, ma'am. That's my principal, ma'am, and also our AD sir, Mr. Hari Prasad sir, and even my class teacher, Mrs. Sridevi, ma'am. They keep on motivate us to wake up in morning, ma'am. We students of class 10 from Porur branch wake up at 4:30, ma'am. Even most of them will not believe that, but we have a personal group with our branch students, and also they have insisted us to post a message that what time we are waking up, and also what are the subject today we are going to revise, ma'am. So it's not like we are feel very stressed in this time. Most of them will say that we are feeling very much stressed in this class 10, we need to keep on read. But in our Porur branch, we not feel that, because whenever we ask PT, even our principal ma'am used to give that. So they are being very friendly as like a psychologist, ma'am.
So apart from the motivation you get from your teachers, what other difference are you making to your lifestyle so that you will achieve it? You will come nearby to your ambition.
Ma'am, in this case, we are having a family doctor who will keep on motivating us. As how are they motivating? We will practice to that, and also we will listen to their advice which they are giving us.
But do you think only knowledge is enough?
I'm not very much sure about that, ma'am. Even more than knowledge, we need most of the skills to perform. But in this current situation, not only the knowledge is very important for us to succeed in our life, ma'am. It meant that our extra skills are also playing a very much important role in our life.
Okay, thank you so much. Please
Thank you.
We all have one weak subject, one subject you're bored of or you hate. And finally, examinations come. At the last moment, we open our books. We tell ourselves, I have to memorize. I will study the entire night. I will go to the examination, write the examination, come and sleep. I was one of that student also. I was scared. Every examination, I had a lot of examination phobia. I was scared how to attempt. And looking at the paper, so many negative feelings. You look at your friends in the examination hall. You look at the invigilator, and half your mind is there. And finally, when you are attempting the paper, you come across some hard questions, some tough questions, difficult questions, and you have negative marking. And finally, you give up. You say, I'll try next time. It's okay. But how can we plan from day one of school to balance academic with non-academic life? Wouldn't it be great if you indulge in your favorite subjects, in your strong subjects, along with your weak subjects every day for half an hour, and make sure by the time your examinations come, you're perfect in all three subjects? Let me ask you one more question. How many of you here frame one new question every day? Or spend time with yourselves every day? Is there anyone here who analyze yourselves, who knows your strengths, who knows your weaknesses, who journal every day and make sure that you improve?
Yes, ma'am. I tend to overthink a lot, so yeah, I analyze myself.
Sorry, you tend to overthink a lot.
Yeah.
How can we avoid that?
I feel like most of the time overthinking has helped me in almost everything. It has its negatives, but I've learned that the more you overthink, the more you learn about yourself and your surroundings.
So by the word overthink, you're already in a negative mindset. You're passing mind instructions saying, I can't do it. I'm overthinking. So already you begin with a negative attitude. Instead of saying, I am overthinking, why can't we say I'm thinking right and begin the day or begin a particular task? Can we do that? Can we reframe sentences in such a way that we will have a positive output and we won't indulge in any of the negative thoughts?
Definitely, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
This is one-to-one teacher approach, teacher, student, teacher, parent. In this way, by the term, you leave Narayana, you have a strong foundation. And we have developed on the basis of foundation. Make sure your foundation is strong. Every subject you study, every topic you see, your ultimate goal and vision should be foundation. How much knowledge am I getting? It's not about the marks. Marks are secondary, marks play a vital role. I'm sure there's a lot of pressure. But if you can focus on the knowledge you get by planning effectively, efficiently, every day with consistency, by the end, you will get amazing results and you don't need to worry about last minute preparation. Can we do that? Can we study one weak topic or subject for 30 minutes every day and make a difference to our lifestyle? Can we indulge in one activity every day you love the most and create a difference? And can we make sure that we don't have a never give up attitude? Are you sure about it? Yes, ma'am. Okay, it was amazing interacting with you guys. All the best. But 10th is like a stepping stone to 11th and 12th. If your concepts are strong, you can create miracles in 11th and 12th because there are few interlinked topics in 10th grade which will connect you to 11th and 12th. So if your foundation is very strong in 10th, you can crack 11th and 12th and it becomes very easy. The path becomes very easy. Follow your teachers and make sure your CDF booklet, you utilize it with utmost focus, concentration, determination. I'm sure you have to have fun, you have to live each and every moment of your life, but please don't neglect academics right now because they add a lot of value to your life journey. Thank you so much. It was amazing interact with you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was really motivational. I think all the students, all ma'am asked is personalized 20 minutes of your time to pursue your own passion as such, apart from our regular academics as such. I hope all of you would give a big round of applause and give commitment to yourself that 20 minutes you are going to spare. Choreographer Bonender sir's team from Arumbakam who are going to give us the motivation that is being given by Sharani ma'am to be continued through their dance performance. It is just 5 minutes, but it's a composing of whatever a trainer, a person who is interested to give motivation to the students. Our dance master has choreographed in such a way that the entire theme of motivating the students comes up over here. So it's a cordial welcome to Team Arumbakam.
Mas só que a profissão das minas é
Abusadamente ela vai batendo, bum, bum, ela vai sentando, bum, bum, ela vai quicando, bum, 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 ela vai batendo, bum, bum, ela vai quicando, bum, ela vai sentando, bum, bum, bum.
abusadamente ela vem batendo, bum, bum, ela vem quicando, bum, bum, ela vem tremendo, bum, 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 vem, vem batendo, bum, bum, ela vem quicando, bum, bum, ela vem tremendo, bum, 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 bum. E a partir desse momento, dá carinho puro.
E a partir desse momento, dá carinho puro.
Olha o tamanho dessa raba, ela joga na cara. Olha o tamanho dessa raba, ela joga na cara. Ela joga na cara, joga na cara, joga na cara dos quebrados. Joga na cara, joga na cara, joga na cara dos quebrados. Ela joga na cara, joga na cara, joga na cara dos quebrados. Ela joga na cara, joga na cara, joga na cara dos quebrados.
Awesome performance as such. We request all of you to give them a big round of applause. I think they have conveyed the theme what all the motivational speakers would like to convey. They need a bigger round of applause. So thank you, Bhavendra sir, for wonderful composition. Now it's time for us to invite one of the main guests of the program, of whom we are eagerly waiting to listen to. And over to Sindhu ma'am.
We welcome Mr. Sujit Kumar J, founder and managing trustee of Matram Foundation, which provides free higher education to meritorious students from the economically weaker section of the society. Mr. Sujit also won several awards. He is recipient of winner of Young Achiever Award and also the Change Maker Award in 2014, Humanitarian Award. He's also won the Pride of Tamil Nadu Award in 2017 for his work with Matram Foundation. Currently, he's also part of several academic councils of colleges and a steering committee member of the NASCOM HR Forum. We welcome you, sir.
Because I'm a student of statistics in Loyola College, and statistics tells us that the attention level of students is not more than 20 minutes. This is in college. And the sad part is for faculty even lesser. When I do faculty development programs, it's quite difficult to engage the faculty. So I understand it's a long day for you, but how long do you want me to speak? The answer is only of two types. If the session is during class hours, they say, continue, sir. No matter, even full day you can take. Okay. Sir, audio is just fine, sir. Update vitrunga. Super. Continue. No problem. Because I have to go to the same class, same ma'am, same physics, chemistry, maths. So one day I will put up with your nonsense. You can speak whatever you want, right? But if it is after school or college hours, they say 10 minutes, sir. 10 minutes is fine because I have to leave. I have a long day ahead. And recently I went to one college where it's a very long hall. The hall was like this and it's very lengthy. So I had my own doubts whether I was audible at the last row. So very innocently I asked this question, am I audible? Because this is the most frequent words used in the last 2 years by your teachers. Am I audible? Am I audible? And even if you are not audible, your students would have said, yes ma'am, you are audible. Continue. So I asked this question, am I audible? And one student from the last row student told me, you are not audible, but it's okay, you can continue. It doesn't matter. Right? Then as long as you're not audible, I can have a great chat with my friends. Right? So the last 2 years, I don't know about students. Your director was asking, what were you doing differently? Actually, you should have asked the teachers, ma'am. The teachers had the toughest time in the last 2 years. Because I work for an IT company and work from home is very, very casual in our office. All we have to do is you need to have good Wi-Fi connection, open your laptop and start working. And the last 2 years has literally been a torture for teachers because you were not equipped. In Tamil they say, class la nera pada edutale gavanikka matanga pasanga. Right? Now if you have to do it online, the biggest challenge in online class, you were not teaching classes for your students alone. The entire family is watching you. Grandfather, grandmother. When mega serial was boring, they were listening to your classes. Right? And for us as public speakers, it was even more challenging. I need this podium, I need the mic to speak. The last 2 years, I would have done about 300, 400 webinars. Right? Nobody knows whether the other side is listening to you. At least here, I know when you're nodding your head, when you're smiling, laughing, I know you're listening to me. But in a webinar, you will just see your own face on the other side, which is horrible, by the way. Now, if you have to see your own face and speak, it's terrible. So, this was during the first pandemic. I was invited to an engineering college. The session started at 9 o'clock in the morning. And work from home, you would have seen your own spouses, especially gentlemen. The upper half will be formally dressed. Right? See, ma'am is saying, puppy shame, sir. Full formal shirts, but bottom half will always be pajamas, shorts, track pants, tucked in shirt, and you will wear a tie. So I'll share 2 incidents and then we'll get into this topic. So I was invited to this engineering college. 9 o'clock was a session and they introduced me with all nice flowery words. And whenever they introduce, I increase the volume in my laptop so that my wife can hear. Right? Look, you got married to a superstar. Nothing happened. After 20 years of successful marriage, she still believes that just another ordinary guy. Right? Even today she asked me, I thought Narayana is a very good school. How are they calling you? No, that's how both of us communicate. So I was there, 9 o'clock. After they introduced me, I started speaking. So schools and colleges have this rule, right? Your video should be on, audio should be on mute. Everything was set. One guy exactly did the ulta. His audio was not muted. And poor guy, he had just slept for a long day and he just woke up and he straight away came to the session because attendance was taken at 9 o'clock. So his botheration is not about who is speaking. Attendance will be taken, I need to be there. So breakfast was coming to his laptop, right? His mother was serving him dosa. And just the previous day, I spoke on a Monday, just the previous day, which was a Sunday, I was on a television program. I usually speak in Sun TV for some of the Tamil, in Tamil they call Patti Mandram or whatever, right? So I was there. So generally 50 plus women, if household, they know me a little. So this lady saw me on the laptop screen and she got excited. So in Tamil, she is telling the son, hey, in the Thambi supra pesuvarra. See, he'll speak very nicely and all the stuff. And this guy was sleeping. This guy was sleeping in front of the laptop without realizing that the screen, the video was on. And then he woke up. I can only see few faces. I saw this guy is doing this, looks at his mother and says this in Tamil, which I'll translate it for you. உனக்கு பிடிச்சா நீ கேளு, என்னைய உயிரை வாங்குற. எங்க காலேஜுக்கு தான் விவசாயே இல்லை. விடிய காத்தால 9 மணிக்கெல்லாம் இது மாதிரி யாரையா கூட்டு வந்து பேச சொல்றாங்க. No, I got the shock of my life. And your director is giving me a very strange look, which means she can't understand what I spoke. So I'll translate it for you, ma'am. So when the mother told her son, that this guy will speak well, why are you sleeping? He said, if you are interested, you listen to this guy. I am not interested. And by the way, my college has no brains. They are calling speakers like this at early morning 9 o'clock. Okay? I felt very offensive was early morning 9 o'clock. So what does 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock means to this guy? It's like midnight, right? The second torture happened in, that's very recently. I was in a conference. I will not name the organization. Okay. I was in a conference. Sir, volume. Yeah. So there is a governor of this event who was introducing me with all tie, suit and everything. And there is another lady who was introducing the governor. Okay. And she said, sir, no other person could have introduced our guest like you. Full buttering. Okay. What an amazing introduction speech was yours. If only there was more light on your face, we could have seen this nice face also. It's a little dark in your room. So this guy took it very seriously. He said, 1 minute, madam, I will go switch on the light. He stood up, went on to switch on the lights. And that's where we saw him wearing boxer shorts, shirt, tie and a coat. So we have gone through all this nonsense in the last 2 years. And I'm sure your teachers would love this, to meet students physically in the classroom. I think nothing can equate that. No online classes can come remotely close to the touch and feel and the smile of these students in the classroom. Of course, they will trouble us, and that's the beauty. And without these children, I'm sure you would have gone into some kind of a depression in the last 2 years, right? So great to be here. A quick intro about myself. I'm an HR professional. Have about 23 years plus experience. I work for a brand called Infosys. I head human resources for Chennai. And I run an NGO called Matram Foundation, which supports about 2,000 children for higher education. This is students from economically weaker section who otherwise would have dropped out of school. So we provide higher education to these 2,000 students. So that's roughly about me. I know the value of education. So if you can give me the first 2-3 minutes to talk to you about my childhood story, which is eventually there in YouTube. When I start my story, most of the teachers, including your directors, will have this doubt: did I call the right guy for this function? Okay, because I studied in a school in Tambaram. Okay, it's a good school called Shankara Vidyalaya. Okay, I studied there, and some of you know my story, right? Yeah, ma'am is very happy. Yes. So I was a school people leader in my school. Normally, who do you select as school people leader? Somebody who's very good with academics. Somebody who can score 202 out of 200. Somebody who's good with sports. Somebody who's teacher's favorite. Okay? Yes, miss. Okay, miss. No, the uniform will be prim and proper kind. So I was selected as a school people leader because my school principal literally loved me. She said, you are an amazing student. You have exceptional leadership skills. The problem is, only my principal liked me. All other teachers hated me, okay, from the bottom of their heart. My class teacher was an English teacher, okay. She speaks like Shakespeare's sister, literally. She is from Madhya Pradesh, and she can speak only in English and Hindi. My mother is a Tamil teacher in a government school. She can only speak Tamil. So whenever parents-teacher meeting happens, it's good fun. But what my mother speaks, my teacher can't understand. What my teacher speaks, my mother can't understand. So I have no problem. Just before the board exams, public board exams, my English ma'am called my mother and she said, Mrs. Arul Mary, your son is an outstanding student. Okay. Even though my mother was a Tamil teacher, she understood what my teacher said. She said, thank you ma'am, thank you ma'am. She said, no. That's not what I meant. Your son is always outside the class. He's not coming inside. He's only in the playground. Okay, because my dream was to become a sports person. I heard one girl said, I want to play badminton. I was a school volleyball captain, cricket team captain, and I represented the state in a sport called Kho-Kho. Okay, so I thought, like many of us in this age, that I can also play for India. Because I thought I was the best cricketer in my school. Because I've not seen the external world. All along, people said academics is very important. I said, no, my dream is to become the next Sachin Tendulkar. 12th results, exams were announced, 12th results got published, and those days you can't check it online. First, your name will come in newspaper to check whether your number is there, passed, okay? Next day, 2-3 days later, they'll give you the marks card in the school. So normally, my school had this practice that the school people leader will be given the first marks card. Why? Because till 1994, school people leader invariably was the school topper. And my school used to give ranks like 1,187 out of 1,200. I used to wonder, why have you left at 13 marks? You could have taken that also, right? Kind of story. So I went there and I saw my principal, tears in her eyes. Literally tears in her eyes. I thought maybe she's very upset that I'm leaving the school. I consoled her, don't worry ma'am. I just live next door. I'll come and see you every day. Then she looked at me and she said, okay, apparently this mic is better? Alright, great. So I literally consoled her, don't worry. And then she said something in English. Sujit, I didn't expect this from you. I said, okay. Then she gave the marks card. And then tears started flowing in my eyes also. When I looked at my marks card, I saw chemistry, 196 out of 200. By Narayana school standard, it is low marks, right? Because I know what your kids will score. So 196 out of 200. I said, wow, great. Physics, 188. Fantastic. Computer science, 182. Then English, Tamil. And then there was a subject called mathematics, which is my favorite teacher, my favorite subject. I saw one placard, one banner which was scared, love your subject. I tell you, love your teacher first. As much as you love the subject. Very important. Absolutely. Because I made this blunder. I loved my chemistry teacher. I scored 196. I loved my physics teacher. I managed to score 182. Between me and my mathematics teacher, things didn't go well. So, whatever I didn't like about her, I started showing in the subject. And I scored 71. Your director is wondering, 71 out of 100, yeah, it's bad, but it's okay. No, I didn't score 71 out of 100. I scored 71 out of 200. Okay? Which means now you'll be wondering, did I call the right guy to even speak to my students about how to prepare for the exams? You know what? People make mistakes, and that's my biggest blunder that I did. After scoring 71 in mathematics, which is just past 35.5, my mother's dream was to somehow get me into an engineering college. And I was somebody who was not eligible to write an engineering entrance examination. The entrance examination rule said you need 120 marks minimum to write an engineering entrance exam. And I scored 71. My father wanted to apply for re-evaluation. I literally fell at his feet. Now they call me as motivational speaker, right? My first motivational speech was to my father, pleading him not to reapply. I'll tell you the reason why. I somehow got this feeling I would not have scored 71. I would have scored 65, 66. Some teacher would have said, okay, why fail this guy? It's okay. Pass. I didn't want to go and apply and then reduce my own marks from 71 to 65, 66. So I gave the first motivational talk to my dad. Appa, don't think only engineers can be successful. Even arts and science students can be very successful, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, I got admission into Loyola College, which is Chennai's, at that point in time, it was India's number 2. Even today, it is India's number 2 college. And look at the irony, what was the course given to me? They gave me statistics, BSc statistics, which is even tougher than mathematics, right? But the point I'm trying to make here, my dear friends, because I don't have too much time to drag you into this story, I understood the importance of academics when I scored 71 and when I found all my friends getting into the IITs and engineering colleges and whatnot. And I got into a course of not my choice. That was the only course which was given to me.
And somehow I felt, look, we are all jack of all trade, master of none. In Tamil, there is a word called Sumar Munji Kumar. You will keep hearing this in many, many movies. We are average in communication skills. We are average in sports. We are average in dance. We are average in studies. The world does not respect us. So then that's when I realized academics is so very important. I want to prove to the world that, look, I'm not dumb. If I manage to score 196 in chemistry, how on earth did I score 71 in mathematics? Which means there was absolute lack of discipline in the way I studied. Now, to end the story as a fairy tale, I went on to be a gold medalist in statistics, 3 years in Loyola. Then 2 years I did my PG because I realized numbers is not something which I was good at, right? I was not. Okay, this mic has lived his life. Okay. I remember what my school principal told me when I was leaving my school. She gave me the most beautiful lesson with which I built my entire career. She said, Sujit, never build your career based on your weakness. Build your career based on your strengths. You might not be good with solving analytical problems, but you're good with solving people's problems. And look at what I'm doing right now. I handle HR, right? I coach, I train, and I speak. Now today in my job, I have to do sessions. And by the way, I keep counting the number of lectures that I deliver. This is lecture number 3,337th lecture in the last 22 years, right? So I just love interacting with students. I go around colleges. Yesterday I was in Madurai. I keep speaking because this gives me ultimate excitement. Numbers does not give me excitement. If you give me a laptop and ask me to work on the laptop, I cannot work more than 45 minutes to 1 hour. After that, I will have to rush. The next mic is ready. So that's my strength. My sincere request to each one of you, all of you will have dreams of becoming a doctor and getting into IIT Madras, IIT Delhi, IIM, IAS, whatever it is. But always remember, whose dream are you living? Is it your parents have the dream and you also have the same dream? You are blessed in that space. Now for you children who are giving your board exams, you will be repeatedly told this by your parents, that students in India fight 2 world wars. The first world war is your 10th board exam. The second world war is your 12th board exams. They'll say this in Tamil to you. Nalla padikkanum. Appodan nalla group kedaikum. Correct? Padikkanum. They ask you to continuously study. But I'm going to give you a very, very simple technique. And this varies from one person to another. I heard a student said that she studies for about 2.5 hours at a stretch. Might work for her, not for all of us. Science tells you that the best way to study is to follow a technique called the Pomodoro technique, right, of 25 minutes. And I use this very, very diligently. Because for me, when I was a kid of your age, my biggest problem was to sit in one place and study. So my parents used to lock me in one room and they'll be sitting in the hall watching TV. Now have you seen some of our batchmates, some of our students who will get into one room, they will not come out without completing the subject. They are God's gift to man, robots. 3 hours non-stop they can study. But if you are a student like me, you will go into the room and in 10 minutes you will come out. Your mother will ask you, what happened? Water. Okay, go. We know to fill the bottle and keep it right next to us. We will not do that. Then otherwise, how will you come out? So you will leave it in the kitchen. 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you will come out again. What happened? I drank water. No, I want to go to the loo. Go. Another 10 minutes, you will come out. What happened? I thought somebody was ringing the calling bell. On a normal day, when you are watching TV, somebody will be there ringing the bell. You will not even bother to get up. But when you are studying, you want to see who is coming outside. That is purely because we are distracted. Now, when you're distracted for every 10-20 minutes, it is humanly impossible to expect you to study for 2 hours at a stretch. You will sit with the book, but you will not be able to concentrate. So see if you can push yourself, which means even when I read a book, I use this technique called Pomodoro. Set a timer for 25 minutes. Start reading. And when the bell rings, when the timer goes off for 25 minutes, stop. put a marker where you stop, take a 5-minute break. Repeat the exercise again. After you finish 4 sessions of 25 minutes each, take a break of 20-30 minutes. Now, if somebody tells you that sitting and doing the same activity for continuously long period of time will make you productive, 9 out of 10 times it will not work for all of us. For some of us, we can sit for 2, 3, 4 hours non-stop and still give result. But science tells you over and over again that shorter duration, focused short durations will give you better results. And what do you do in that 5 minutes? Don't take your mobile phone and watch TikTok video. Because you rest, go out, look at greenery. Okay, if you have a basketball, play basketball for 5 minutes, come back. Do something which will excite you. So number 1. That's about reading technique which works for me. But if you want to be really successful, my dear friends, focus on this simple principle called ASK. Attitude, skill and knowledge. Right? For all of us who want to do clear NEET or engineering, JEE, whatever be your competitive exam, what really matters is your attitude. And this attitude is not taught in schools and colleges. It's not inborn at any given point in time. And most of us, we lack role models. We say, who do I look up to? Of course, in Narayana, you'll have hundreds and hundreds of students clearing JEE and NEET and so many. Your own seniors are there as role models. But remember this favorite example. There's this guy called Roger Bannister. Google up and see about Roger Bannister. In human history, his example is used as one of the finest examples of why attitude is so very important. Till 1954, no human being has ran 1 mile in less than 4 minutes. Doctors, physiologists, all of them said it's humanly next to impossible to run 1 mile in less than 4 minutes. Nobody ever attempted. Roger Bannister was the first guy. Okay, can I have some attention, please? Hello? Oh, probably some snacks is being given, so that looks interesting. All right.
We request students to settle down, please. Teachers.
No, with snacks being given, I completely understand. So don't worry. Don't worry, ma'am. Take care. If I were there, I will ask which is more important, snacks or the talk? Yeah? Since it's in Tamil Nadu, edu mukkiyam? Session mukkiyama, soru mukkiyama? Adudha mukkiyam. Teachers are wondering, pasangalukku mattum kudukringa. You had already. So no athlete has ever tried to run 1 mile in less than 4 minutes. Till such time, a doctor in London decided to practice hard, and for the first attempt, he ran 1 mile in 4 minutes 2 seconds. Then he said, if I practice hard, why can't I not break this record? So he practiced hard. On May 29th, 1954, Roger Bannister becomes the first human being to run 1 mile in less than 4 minutes. The timing that he clocked was 3 minutes 59.6 seconds. The beauty is not about Roger Bannister breaking the record. In exactly the same year, broke his record of 3 minutes 59.6 seconds. So now the doctors, physiologists, neurologists, all these guys are coming together and figuring out how on earth did this record. If IAS is your eventual goal, why do you want to do medicine? Ask that question. And you know what? Students who clear NEET, there are multiple categories, but there is one section of students who have a stronger why. I'll give you a very simple story. This is a story of a Matram student coming from a place called Tirunelveli. Did not have the privilege to study in a reputed school like Narayana's or any other private school. Was in a government school where she did not have maths, physics and biology teacher for 11th and 12th. No teachers in these 3 subjects, right? But she studied in that school. She wanted to pursue medicine as a dream. Why? Because she lost her father to cancer. And they couldn't afford that money to get the father treated, and she lost her father. So the first year she wrote NEET exams, and without any preparation, she couldn't even clear NEET. Then she was so desperate. She had good scores in her 12th. She could have gotten into an engineering stream or whatever. But she desperately wanted to Okay, now food has taken over completely. Okay, children, can you look at me for a minute? Yeah. Silently open your wrapper and without making any noise, can you eat? Yeah? Wonderful. So this girl who wanted to prepare for medicine walked up to a coaching center. And that coaching center was charging a huge sum of money, which this is no exaggeration. 120 students in that coaching center, there were doors like this. She will stand outside and listen to these lectures, right? And she called the coaching center guy and said, look, I will clean your place, I will do all this, but will you allow me to stand outside? So this guy gave permission. Seeing the dedication of this kid for 2 months that this kid was standing outside, he said, okay, I anyway take money from 120 students. It doesn't matter. You come and sit in. That year, she topped in that coaching center and she's currently pursuing a medicine in Stanley Medical College in Chennai. When I ask her, look, you had all driven by a stronger why, everything else will fall in place. On the contrary, if you are pursuing medicine because your dad is asking you to pursue medicine or your mother is asking you to pursue medicine, nobody in your family has pursued medicine, very little chances that people of those caliber will kind of make it. So ask for a stronger why, right? That's my number one. Second, the biggest challenge in any of your board exams, including here right now, is our ability to focus. Now today in HR we say, if there is one skill that people are willing to throw money at, it's your ability to focus. If you're able to focus on something, then that's something that's a skill that people are willing to pay a lot of money, right? Okay, the simple example of focus, maybe the teachers will know this. You remember Doordarshan? Now, of course, we don't watch Doordarshan, right? Now the Hazar channels. And in Tamil, there is a program called Oliyum Oliyum on Friday. If you are 35 plus, then I know you will understand what I'm talking about. No Sun TV, no... Okay, it is at 7:55 it will start. And we as a generation sat and watched 25 minutes of advertisements first. Because there's no other channel to watch. You will watch 25 minutes of washing powder Nirma, all these advertisements, and some 6 television songs, 6 movie songs will come from 7:55 to 8:20. That used to be the only entertainment. Now today, if you look at our children watching television, there'll be a remote control in the first place. You will watch a movie in Sun TV, your favorite actor's movie, and the moment there is an ad break, you change channel. You change to Vijay TV. You change to Star. You change to whatever. At one given point in time, in 3 hours, our children are watching 6 or 7 different movies. At the end of the day, they have not watched a single movie in full fashion, right? Unless and until you are in a theater. Now, that's the biggest problem of focus. And we are underestimating. It's not cancer that we need to be worried about. It's not smoking that we need to be worried about. It's not alcohol that we need to be worried about. We need to be worried about this. This one single instrument can cause havoc. And I'm doing my thesis on this subject. Let me tell you, if you really want to focus around your board exams or anything, even for teachers when you're preparing for your class, when I prepare for my lectures, when I want to read, eliminate the distraction. And the biggest distraction is this phone. That sound called ting, to tick, gives us that dopamine which keeps coming in our head, right? And there is a father who's driving the car, by the way, or the mother who's driving the car. How long will it take? How long will it take? When will I reach the destination? Which means you lack your attention to even see, absorb nature, appreciate nature, look at what's going around. We are so glued with your mobile phone. And that's why they say the world's brightest minds are looking for your sleep time. Which means once you are glued on, you will be continuously good. In mobile phone, you watch TikTok video or Facebook videos for about not bothered about who's commenting on it. I don't go and comment for every single comment. If I update my DP or if I update my profile picture, I don't care how many people have liked it. How does it matter? Look, can I go on the road to ma'am whom I have not even seen and say, ma'am, how am I looking? She'll say, what's wrong with you? That's exactly what we are doing in social media. The other day, one of our guy, he had a stomach upset, okay? So for that also he had updated in Facebook status, down with dysentery. Down with dysentery, one sad smiley. 177 people have liked it. 177 people. So it's becoming a joke. Ultimately, it's becoming a joke. Now, for children of this age, the biggest problem is we think that recognition is very important. And in hindsight, it affects your neural network, it affects your concentration. So the simple way to focus is to eliminate distraction. Whatever is distracting you, and this is even told to smokers, it is told to alcoholics, because alcoholics, when they see a liquor bottle, they are tempted to drink. So if the liquor bottle is nowhere in the vicinity, they tend to control. Similarly, we will have to figure out what is distracting me. And if you eliminate that piece of distraction from your table, I think life is beautiful. Which means, what's the simplest thing? In your study room, keep the mobile phone out. Keep the social media out. Don't worry about your friend messaging you. Have you finished? We all have these friends. Move your back. He is your first physics teacher. He said you have to maintain center of gravity. So sit properly and cycle. Every now and then the daughter would look back. Appa, I am holding ma. Then after a few meters, Appa, I am there. I am there. Now poor father cannot run for long. After some time you would have decided to let you go. And you would have gone 500, 600 meters. After 500, 600 meters, you would have turned around and said, Appa, Appa's not there. You fell down for the first time. You had bruises in your hands and legs. How many of you said, from tomorrow I'm not going to cycle? We didn't. 1 or 2 days you would have taken a break. And then you again cycled. That's how you learn cycling. Today we are in 2022. Let's assume for the next 10 years we are not going to meet. And after seeing a cycle in the next 10 years, we are all meeting in the same place. And I'm going to give you a cycle and say, now drive. Start riding a cycle. How many of you will be able to ride a cycle now? All of us. Absolutely. What's the big deal? How many of you remember what you studied last year? Now, that's the difference between studying and learning. You learn. So when you're sitting in a class, don't just look at the shortcuts on how to score marks. Learn for a lifetime. I'm currently reading a book called Limitless. If it's possible, please pick this copy. It's one of the favorite authors, Jim Quick. And I'm attending a course, Learning How to Learn. Okay? All this I should have done in 10th, 11th and 12th standard. But now I'm doing when I'm 40. Because when your madam asked, what were you doing during the pandemic? What new things did you do? I have invested about 17 lakhs on myself during the pandemic. Reskilling myself to stay relevant. Which means if you don't reskill, you don't exist. Right? So the current course that I'm attending is a course called Learning How to Learn. Now, people always recognize people with good memory skills. People who can reproduce. We all have these friends, right? Their answer sheets will look more beautiful than the book itself. Even if the printing mistake there in the book, it will be there in the answer sheet. Because they have that photographic memory. And we all think memory is some big ticket item. Okay, let's prove it with a simple example. I'm going to give you 10 random objects or names. And I want you to, don't write it down in a notebook. Okay? Don't write it down in a notebook. As I'm going to give you the names, you will just register it. And then we will try a simple memory technique. Okay? First word is fire hydrant. Fire hydrant. You seen this huge fire hydrants? Yeah, fire hydrant. Second, balloon. Third, battery. Barrel. Board. Diamond. Night. K-N-I-G-H-T. Night. Ox. Fluoride. Toothpaste. Or instead of fluoride, let's put toothpaste there. Okay? Toothpaste. And neon board. So I'll quickly repeat once again. Fire hydrant, balloon, battery, barrel, board, diamond, night, ox, toothpaste, neon board. Yeah? I myself forgot it now. How many of you will be able to give it in the same order or in the reverse order?
So, fire hydrant, balloon, battery, barrel, box, diamond.
Box.
Slow.
Sorry, board.
See, we are all old people. Okay. Fire hydrant.
Fire hydrant, balloon, battery, barrel, board, diamond, ox, knight.
Wrong order.
Knight.
Do the reverse. Not possible?
No, sir.
Okay, what comes after diamond?
Diamond, knight.
Knight. But the reverse is not possible, right? I'll give you a very simple technique with which you will be able to give it to me in any order. We'll try that once?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Sit down. Now, this is a very simple technique which you can use in your classroom as well. Now, fire hydrant. Normally you will find fire hydrants in any of these marriage halls, which is this. Slowly the fire hydrant is coming down. So what is using a gigantic fire hydrant lifted by thousands of balloons, and now you see batteries coming and hitting the balloon. Now where is this battery coming? After the batteries are hit by the diamond loses balance and falls down. Okay? And it exactly falls on a knight head. Knight is the guy who you will see outside the Buckingham Palace, right? Right? The diamond hits the knight. So start doing along with me. Fire hydrant, balloons, batteries, barrel, board, diamond, falls on the knight. The knight is a little dizzy. So when he falls down, he sees a huge ox coming and doing this. Right? Uses the huge tongue and licks the knight. Right? And as he licks the knight, he feels the toothpaste flavor all over on his face. The ox is foaming up with the toothpaste foam in its face. So you now do it once again. Fire hydrant, barrel, board, diamond, knight, ox, toothpaste. Once it sends the toothpaste, the knight runs towards a road where he sees a huge neon board which says, "Welcome to Narayana." There's a huge neon board which says, "Welcome to Narayana Group of Schools." Now can we do this once again please in the same order? Can one of you give the mic to this girl now? What's your name? Shivangi. Okay. Now do it once again with me please. Okay.
Fire hydrant, balloon, battery, barrel.
Slow.
Fire hydrant, balloons, battery, barrel, board, diamond, knight, ox, toothpaste, neon board.
Very good. Do the reverse.
Neon board, toothpaste, ox, knight, diamond, board, barrel, balloon, batteries and
You have to do it slowly. Do it slowly. No, there's no hurry. This is not a 3 hours exam. Okay.
Neon board, toothpaste, ox, knight, diamond, barrel, board, barrel, battery, balloons, fire hydrant.
Very good. What comes after ox?
Toothpaste.
Toothpaste. Okay. What comes after balloon?
Batteries.
Very good. So you can get it in any order, right? Now you must be wondering, what the heck? Why do we just need to randomly remember 10 names, right? Let's sit down. You remember chemistry? In that something called periodic table? Very difficult to remember. Exactly. For some of you it's very easy. Teachers would have given you a shortcut. What does the hydrant lifts up? What lifts up? Balloons. What is balloon filled up with? Helium. Brilliant. And what hits the balloon? Batteries. Batteries are made of lithium. Right? And then where is this battery coming out? Barrel. Barrel sounds like beryllium. Right? And then there is a board. Board sounds like boron. Absolutely. And on the top there is something called diamond. What is diamond made of? Carbon. Now diamond falls on the knight heads. Nitrogen. Brilliant. And then there is this ox comes and licks. What is ox? Oxygen. Toothpaste is made of fluorine. I gave this to you earlier. And then what is this? Welcome to Narayana Group of Schools. Neon. Do you ever think you will miss this first 10 elements of it's as simple as this. Learning can be fun. Okay? Learn simple memory techniques which you can just reproduce. Now when I prepare for my talks,
I use these techniques. There are multiple such techniques available, right? So you don't need to remember complex formulas, and that's the course that I'm going right now, learning how to learn. Okay, credit to my chemistry teacher. I learned chemistry in 1994, and after that I have not touched the chemistry book, but I can still give you all the elements of periodic table in whatever format that you want, right? So it's about making learning fun, going with your why, and having a deeper purpose. I wish to continue, but I know I want to respect your time. I'm sure there's the next speaker is also ready, but wishing you all the very best. Good luck. Be a shining star. And that last connect that I told you as to how Narayana is making a difference, if I can just take 2 minutes. There was this student in Matram Foundation. She was in exactly your age, 10th standard. She was a school topper in her government school. And there was a wedding in her family. Her sister was getting married that summer. And on the day of the wedding, her sister eloped with somebody else. She ran away with somebody else. So it was a very caste-ridden village. And this girl was forced to get married on behalf of her sister, 10th standard kid, school topper. She didn't have a father, so the grandfather said, you're only getting married to your own maternal uncle. So it's okay. He will make you study and all this stuff. Maternal uncle, not your mother's brother, younger brother. This is mother's elder brother. The difference in age group alone was 22 years between the bride and the bridegroom, right? She wanted to study. She was a school topper, but she was forced to drop out of school. In 1 year, this kid had a kid, right? But she didn't. She desperately tried. For next 3 years, they wouldn't allow her to study. She wanted to end her life many a times, and every time she was saved. The fourth time when it got really serious, her husband thought it's very serious, so let's put her into a school. No school in her village was willing to give a seat. She went to a government school. They refused. Finally, one small private school gave her a seat. Now, I just want you to visualize this. When I asked her, what was the most difficult part of going to school? She asked me this question. She calls me Annam. She says, Annam, do you remember your 10th standard? How did you go to school? I said, I took my bag and a lunch bag. She said, I also went to 11th standard like that with my bag and a lunch bag. But along with me, another thing was there in my left hand. I also took my daughter to the same school. The daughter and mother went to the same school. Daughter went to LKG. And the mother went to 11th standard. Daughter went to UKG and mother finished 12th standard. With a whopping engineering cutoff of 193 out of 200, right? After a 4 years break, right? Can you even visualize? Daughter and mother going to the school, same school. Finally, when she finished, she came to Matram Foundation. She finished BE Computer Science degree, came out with flying colors. Because of the 4 years gap, not major IT companies could recruit her. Finally, she got placed for a top product firm, earning a handsome salary right now. Now the beauty is, she is currently settled in Chennai, and her daughter is studying in Narayana School, right? So let me not name the branch, because her daughter is studying in Narayana Group of Schools, and I was so happy when I heard that. I'm sure she will come as a shining star. So that's the dot that I wanted to connect. The beauty is, that kid had some kind of a learning disability. Many schools said learning disability. This was the only school which said, bring her, we will make her into a shining star. So she's attending Narayana School. That's a dot that I wanted to connect. Thank you so very much. It's an absolute pleasure talking to you today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I think we do remember what Sara has spoken about, identifying our own skills. Okay. So next we are move on to, and we are happy to invite our Tyagarajan sir onto the dais as such. Tyagarajan sir is a director of Masters Private Limited, and we do remember him and we do appreciate him for having been associated with mathematics almost 34 years, 19 years of exclusive teaching and rest of the time as a principal as such. Sir is over here to deliver to all the students. We expect you to pay much more attention. This is directly involved with your subject. So your attention is very important. Try to avoid movement and pay attention for the rest of 30 to 40 minutes, wherein you are going to benefit personally of your subject. Thank you, sir. Please.
So they say good morning or good afternoon. in between. So, most respected director of this great group of schools, Narayana Group of Schools, Madam Sharani, the most popular star speaker of the day, Mr. Sujit Kumar sir, respected academic heads, dear teachers, and my dear student friends. I feel really privileged to be a part of this program today. I thank Madam Samyukta for the opportunity given to me. So 30 minutes, 40 minutes we planned. Since the time is getting shorted, time is very costly, I would not take more than 15 minutes of your time. In 2015, when I was retiring as a principal of Kendriya Vidyalaya IIT Chennai, I was thinking whether in the last 60 years I've done something for the students, something for this generation. Like my elders gave me an excellent world to me to live in. I was having a bit of guilty whether I am leaving this world with that kind of a condition. Today when I come here and listen to people, so Mr. Sujit, just now he spoke, he would come anytime. Generally in September it comes. So only on getting the sample papers you know the real type of questions. But generally you can expect the usual, the pre-pandemic time. Like 1 more question, 20 questions will be there, then 2 more questions, 3 more questions, 4 more questions. You know, when I was a student, we had 10 questions and 10 marks each. If I answer my full question, my teacher would give me 3.5 marks. The answer is right, but she will cut for every not equal symbol missing, unit missing. So many mistakes she will find out. So the mathematics part of it I have done correctly, but I will get 35 marks. So I used to simply joke with my students that we used to get marks in centigrades. Now these days you get marks in your Fahrenheits. Means you see the 9th class mark. If you are having 98 marks, you convert that 98 into centigrade. Minus 32, 5 by 9. Every one of you convert your mark into, so if you are a 35% student, you can score 97 marks. That's the beauty of it. So when you say that I am a 98 marks holder, don't feel proud that you know 97% of mathematics. You only know 35% of mathematics. Last week I had been to a school. You know, we were trying to train the teachers of the school because they are starting the class 11. You know, I have been teaching, I have been the principal, and after retirement the last 7 years, I have been continuously interacting with the teachers of class 10 and class 12 and the students. I asked a child, come to me, I'll give a simple question. Draw a triangle ABC and draw a median BE. The fellow draw a triangle ABC, then he draw AD, BE, CF, then put a dot. I said, what is it? You only told me to draw the median. You don't understand what is given there. It is a problem. So madam was asking questions. You are not trying to understand the question. You are trying to give the answer immediately. And when you are giving the answer, you are not checking whether you have really answered the question or not. So, reading something, writing something is not giving an answer. I said mathematics is a common sense. When I was a student, I was having the hobby of photography. I am talking about in 70s, 73, 74. I had been to Kodaikanal, took a photograph, color photograph, because I had got a camera, a good camera from a friend. His brother was in US, so he gave me. Otherwise, we used to have a small click for black and white photograph. So that time there was no lab to develop the color films. There was a Kodak lab in Bombay. So I had sent the film for developing to Kodak Bombay, and they developed and got the photograph. Then I have taken the pillar rocks in Kodaikanal. It was very beautiful sunlight. I clicked. The camera is very costly, but the photographs was having some dots. I wrote a complaint to the lab. See, you have not developed properly. And I got a reply after 30 days, a letter from Kodak. Sir, you might be very good in photograph. Your camera might have been very good, but the exposure was not okay. If your exposure was not okay, what happened was you have clipped when there's a mild cloud moving, you have clicked the object. When your exposure is not proper, whatever technique of developing damage in this aspect, we were not properly exposed. You know, repeatedly the speakers here, Madam as well as, and called Nipun Bharat, National Initiative for Proficiency in Learning, Proficiency in Literacy and Numeracy. And they are saying that within 2026-27, every child in class 3 will be able to read things with understanding. The problem is now, my class 10 students do not have that capacity to read with understanding. So if you do not read with understanding, then you will have all the trouble. The simple technique. So every time when you read, you have to try to understand. So how can you understand? Repeated focus, that's all. See, every day you see your mother. Now if your mommy is coming even 1 kilometer away, you can say this is your mother. Suppose you left her 3 years, 4 years, gone abroad and come here. Now, she may be here, but you cannot understand. Because the constant exposure makes you understand. So you have to repeatedly expose. So that is what we call it, focus. So next, shall we go to the next, sir? Can you go to the next slide? So as I speak. You know the type of questions, the deleted portions, your teachers will be already covering it. So if you see the type, the standard paper, there are the basic and standard paper. Basic, I left it. Even in standard paper, you have 43% marks only for remembering, understanding. You have not done anything. Simply attend the class, read here and there, and write. You will get 43% marks, 43 marks coming out of it. Then another 19 marks coming for the application. These two you are going to share. Narayana children have no problem. The remaining 18 marks, all of you will be scoring 16 or 17. The problem is 1 or 2 marks you will have to study. There also, next slide please. This is the internal mark. Let us not spend on it. You have, the NCERT website I've just seen, and see the syllabus that are dropped. You know, a school year is planned to have 1,200 hours, 6 hours a day in 200 days, excluding the examination days. So roughly 240 periods we have to spend on teaching. Of 240 periods, they have removed 50 periods portion from you. Now you have to study 190 periods only. When I was in 50 years exactly from now, I was in class 10 in 1972. In 1972, of course, I studied in a state government school, Tamil medium government school, but my students, my counterparts in CBSE were having 9, 10, 11, all the 3 years single course. Science means physics, chemistry, biology, separate books. And they have to write the examination at the end of 11th class. Means they must be remembering what all taught in class 9, what all taught in class 10, what all taught in 11. 3 years portion they have to remember, and at the end of 3 years they used to write. In 80s, 9th and 10th was a single course. 11th and 12th was single course. I taught 11th class, 12th class, 5 volumes of mathematics. Anything may be asked. Now, again, very difficult. The 9th class was separated, 10th class was separated. The fellow who was studying and writing an examination of 3 years portion, now he has to do only 1 year portion. Up to 2019, it was there. Even then, it has become general mathematics and general science. No physics, no chemistry. A biology teacher can teach the physics portion. That is the level of the subject in science. Now, pandemic came. All the, including Pythagoras theorem, they have dropped. Constructions, they have dropped. You don't have to even construct. See the cushion with which you are given. For your capacity. See, you have a capacity to write examination on 3 years portion. Same at your age, those children appeared. Without much technology, without much opening. So, I think you are the luckiest set. Though we had some problems in the pandemic, the simplest portion, I always tell my children that examination is first time board examination. A lot of tension in the house. They stop TVs, so many things. It's an elephant and you are a lion. See, an elephant cannot win a lion. Always, the examination, however big it appears, you are the winner. But now you are a lion, not fighting with an elephant. You are fighting with a rat. That simple it is. That simple it is. Next. Delta portions, you can go next. Now, even Mr. Sujit Kumar also covered, Madam was saying, the study atmosphere is very, very important because right now, you almost covered the portion. You are going to the preparing session. See, anything that has got planning, preparation and performance. So the children came and gave a beautiful, dance programs. How? They had a plan. In one program, the choreographer is engaged. They plan, practice so much, then come here and perform. So they are not coming on the stage straight to practice. So now you are entering into the practicing period of your ventilation. Fresh air should be there because you burn a lot of energy when you sit and read. And even the lighting arrangements, using the LED bulb, you should have a normal tube light at the back, not even looking at it. You have to take care of small things like this. You have to have a small chair, a small table, and as good support for your feet, and then ergonomics. You should sit straight, comfortably. And the materials you need to arrange. Suppose you decide to sit for 2 hours, we are saying the concentration is only for 20 minutes, 24 minutes. It is very likely that you are going to come out. No. Suppose at 4:30 to 6:30 you decide to study in the evening. Then you decide, this 2 hours I will not come out of the room. I will get inside lock. So before that you should keep your water bottle, your classwork notebook, homework notebook, writing pens. Something is not there, then you read it, suddenly you see the half-yearly question paper is not there, and take the question paper, you come out, no guarantee you will go inside. So you have to have that kind of a thing. What all materials, you have to gather everything and you have to prepare your study room properly. The time you have to prepare, and Madam was saying, and some of you are saying, in the early morning hours is least disturbed hours. Evening hours are most disturbed hours. Early morning, natural light, pollution will be there in the atmosphere. So these things you have to take care. Next. So next slide, can we go? Before the next slide, I would like to ask a question. There was a boy in class 10 like you. He had his friend's birthday party. And he asked his mother, Mummy, you suggest me which dress I will wear for the party. Today I am going to go for the birthday party. Recently they have purchased 3 new dresses. One was white in color, one was cream color, one was black color. Should I repeat what I said so far, or are you ready for my question? I'm going to ask a question now. Shall I go to the question, or should I repeat the story again? Repeat or ask? Repeat, yeah. So he had 3 colored dresses: white dress, cream dress and black dress. And he has to go for a farewell party. And mummy is there in the kitchen. From here he is asking, Mummy, today I am going to Rahul's farewell party. You suggest me which color shirt I should. New dress, 3 dresses are there. You know, the mother told, white will be very good. Mummy, any other color? Cream also will be very good. Then he did not put further question. He chose a dress and came out. Can you guess what color he chose? Sattama? Black. Give a nice clap for yourself. We ask others' opinion, but take our own decision. It is not that always the decision we take ourselves. We take the opinion of others. We take decision ourselves. Before, sir. Before, yeah. Now, before, yeah. Right now, no, because I moved very closely with Ramesh, your center coordinator, Madam Samyukta. We had a lot of talks about studies. You have a very good system, a micro system, you know, uniformly everywhere things are going on. A lot of review meetings and the error analysis. So a test normally starts with the question paper, then test, then correction, then analysis, then again remedial teaching, etc. So beautiful system. Now after the analysis is over, your teacher shares the ideal answers because you have done some mistakes in question paper and the teacher gives you this is the right answer. Then that ideal answer should be prepared for those things. So those ideal answers you write in the notebook. This is the part of your examination notes. So like every test that is conducted, after the test is over, keep registering all these ideal answers of 4 more questions with you. So at the time of reviewing during the study holidays, this will come to your help. And remember, mathematics cannot be learned by simply reading. You have to practice. Chitramum, Kaipalakam, Sindamulum, Nampalakam. Unless you keep on practicing, you cannot become a public speaker. Unless you keep on drawing, you cannot become an artist. So if you want to become a person good in mathematics, then you have to write and practice. So this is called examination note. If you can do for this 3 more questions or 2 more questions also, very good. Or if you can prepare only for the difficult portions, there is no difficult portions. All difficult portions are removed. Entire probability is removed. Basic proposition theorem, only 3 theorems. Children, 2 years before, 33 theorems. When I was a principal, 33 theorems state and prove. You have only 3 theorems you have to state and prove. See the quantum that is reduced for you. Now, always, madam was asking repeatedly, why I got up at 5 o'clock, but I am not able to do it, you are not getting. You know, our mind is a problem for us, the laziness. Whenever you can follow different techniques. So, one of my students was saying, sir, I wrote like this, I decide, determine, resolve and commit to secure above 90%, 92%, whatever percentage of marks in all the subjects. That fellow puts on the study room like this. Every time he sees, maybe on the mirror, wash with the mirror, he puts self-motivation, self-hypnosis, you can do it. So next, sir, always got up at 5 o'clock, but you want to work out, what part of the, some extra music is coming. Hello? Laziness will always come, the mind always will tell you. So, whenever you feel lazy not to pursue the work, remember 2 things. Think of the achievement, think of the result after completing this. So, madam says, gets up in the morning. Today I got up at 4:30 because every day I need 1 hour to 67.5 years. So I have to maintain my kg weight below 69. I'm maintaining 69 in the last 10 years. No going to doctor. Other is sitting at home. You get everything. So once you decided that I will spend 1 hour, 2.5 hours on my workout, then because I'm coming here today, I won't give up. Get up so much time early, then come out. So think of the result. So having completed, then I become energized. If I leave it, so always think of the result, it will motivate you to start. Goal. Any goal starts with go. Once you write GO, AIL is not going to stop. You have to tell yourself. So if I want to reach my goal, I have to go. So no question of my mind telling this side, that side. So when you're lazy, begin the work, it will be completed. First timers, first time board examination, difficult. A person will not have problem if he is no more. Till our cremation, till I die, I will have problem. If there is no problem, there is no life. Suppose I am a football player and there is no opposite team. I can go on hitting the ball, hit any number of goals. Say today 50 goals I hit, but no opponents in me. Is it a game? It is not a game. So if it is a game, then somebody should come and stop, then I should overcome, then go and hit the goal. 3 goals, good. If nobody is stopping it, life will be like that only. But how you have to approach a problem? A housewife was having a problem in opening the coffee powder. The coffee powder always, it gets stuck sometimes. She went to her husband and asked, come on, could you please open this dabba for me? He is very serious reading the newspaper in the sofa. Can't you see, I am very seriously reading newspaper, go away. Another housewife had the same problem. She went to her husband, you are saying that very, very strong person, can you open this dabba and give me? You are doubting my strength, come on, give me. He opens it. See, when you throw a problem as a problem, it's very difficult to solve. When you take a problem as a challenge, then you accept the challenge to it. So always look a problem as a challenge. One step ahead. So coming to the meeting here, speaking to the students after Mr. Sujit Kumar, young people with a lot of energies, Madam Puri like that. No, it is a problem. Take it as a challenge. No, not as a challenge. I take it as an opportunity. So it's a great opportunity for me to come and address to the students. Who have more temples, Arjun or Krishna? Who is having more temples? Arjun or Krishna? Are you with me? Krishna, naturally. I don't even know whether Arjun has got temple or not. Why? Why Arjun has no temple and Krishna has more temples? I'll come to straight away without wasting much time. Arjuna says, Krishna, you are asking me to kill the opposite, those who are there, whom you are telling me to kill. He is my grandfather, he is my Periyappa, he is my Sittappa, he is my Guru. You are telling me to kill. Krishna says, Arjuna, you are a warrior, you have come to the war field. Now this is your duty to kill your opponent. If you give an excuse that no, he is my close person, he is the other person, this person. If you give an excuse for not doing your duty, then what? So that is why we have temples for Krishna. We worship Krishna. He became God, Arjun. So never try to give an excuse for doing your duty. Today is the birthday of our great Annadurai. Kadamai, Ganniyam, Kattupadu. Duty, dignity and discipline. This is a simple formula he gave. Excellent person. We are remembering. This quote I used to like. Martin Luther King Jr. He says, A man, suppose a work is given to you, a man should do his work so well that the living, the dead, and the unborn could do it no better. If a work is given to you, you are doing that work in such a way that nobody else in this world, who are your immediate neighbors or anywhere, or who lived here, no geographical time boundary. If that work has been given to somebody else, that fellow cannot do better than what you do now. So if you do that work like that, the quote goes further. If your lot falls to be a street sweeper, sweep the streets like Michelangelo painted pictures. Even if you are a sweeper, you do your duty like that. Okay. If your lot falls to be a street sweeper, sweep the streets like Shakespeare wrote poetry without composed music. And you can continue. So if your lot falls to be street sweeps, like your director madam performs. Sweep the streets like Sudhit spoke here. Any successful people, how they do it. So that is how we have to get in. So we hope we will be interacting with you on the subject specifically, and I'll come back to you. I take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for an excellent opportunity once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. That was quite constructive and informative. I'm extremely happy to welcome Madam Shanti Ravi Shankar, associated with Kendriya Vidyalaya from 1995 onwards. Madam is resource person for many workshops and a trained teacher counselor who takes care of mental health of the students. A warm welcome, Madam.
I take great delight to be a part of this Safalta ka Rasta program by your school to address this mighty audience. I would like to begin with a short story. There was a man selling balloons in the street, and he had lot of color balloons, yellow, green, blue, red. And there were so many children flocking to him to buy balloons. As you know, children love balloons. So he was very happy because he was a successful seller, and days went by. But this did not last long. After some time, the sales dripped down and he felt very sad. He thought of a plan. He cannot remain or starve without food. So he tried to fill helium in a balloon and sent up in the sky. Now all the children started to look at the flying balloon. Again, they started to come to him and his sales went up. At that particular time, there was a little young boy who came pulling his shirt and asked, Uncle, can you make a black balloon fly up in the sky? He asked. And this balloon seller told, why not, dear? It is not the color that matters, it is the matter that is inside makes the balloon go up. So dear children, I am here to give you tips and tricks to score more in your English language and literature code 184. Basically, two things you can learn from the story. One is the urge to survive, the urge to excel by the balloon seller. Because he cannot leave. So all of you must have the urge or the burning desire. Your director was asking many of the children, what is it that isn't making you arise early in the morning? I would say the urge to excel, if all of you have, that will really push you to get up early in the morning. So it's very important, the urge or the burning fire, or you can call it as the drive within you to excel. The second, he said, the story doesn't end there. He said it's the attitude that is within us helps us to rise or bring laurels or achieve success in our lives. The same way, I have found that children give more importance to the core subjects like science and maths. ignoring the English language. I would suggest English is one of the subjects that it proves as a window to all the other subjects also. For example, if you ask me, children come to me during the half-yearly or the pre-board exam. Madam, there would be a question and they would just say elucidate, justify, substantiate, support, prove. This elucidate word is an English word, but children will not know what it is. What is it? They get perturbed. But these words are very important if you are already familiar with. So, without taking much of your time, I will quickly give you some small little tips. Though I am given just 15 minutes, I have comprised 2 things you should keep in mind. One is the syllabus, and the second one is the blueprint. 2 things very important. As you already know, you know the reduced syllabus. 3 lessons have been reduced. One is the 100 races part 1 and 100 races part 2. Second, the animals by Walt Whitman. Number 3, the hack driver. All these 3 lessons are not there. This is your syllabus. We come to the blueprint. You will be writing. Actually, you all are very blessed and privileged lot. You may ask me, why, madam? See, there were days, as Mr. Tyagarajan, my own school principal, previously, and my own children wrote examination for 100 marks. But today you are blessed to write only 80 marks and 20 marks is internal, and you know very well about the internals also. So you should take the opportunity to excel well in all the subjects, including English, and with a little bit of fine tuning, I think you can really get. Almost all the children who have spoken earlier have spoken well, and it looks like all of you have a good competency in the English language, unlike maybe some of the rural schools. So here you can see reading skills 20. Now in this reading skills, I just wanted to touch upon a very important point. Earlier, there was something called rote learning, but today we have shifted to competency-based education. What do you mean by competency-based education? Here, your language competency is tested. Earlier, in English reading, you used to pick directly the question answers and you could write, and there were many students who got 60, 70, 80. But today it is not like that. The scenario has totally changed. You must know that there will be MCQs, and MCQs, let me tell you, are more tricky than the other short answer writing. There also the questions will be framed where you have to think and write. There will be critical and creative thinking questions where you have to apply your knowledge of language and then click the right answer. Now, in question reading passage, you have 12 questions and you will have to attempt 10. Now, shrewd, smart children, what they will do, the sure shot, they will write first 10. Suppose you have time, then what you can do, the rest 2, if you have a doubt, you can write it as 11 and 12. Strictly speaking, as examiners, we will be choosing only the first 10. So whichever is sure shot, sometimes the examiner, if she is lenient, okay, it doesn't matter. She may choose the 11th one where if you had been lucky. So keep this in mind. Sure shot 10, you please tick that first. Coming to, as I told you, these are the competencies that are going to be tested. Reading, 3 hours and 15 minutes is being given to you. 15 minutes you should quickly read the question paper. A smart and intelligent child will read the question well. It is not that what you know you are going to write. Instead, what they have asked, that is what is wanted to be written in the answer sheet. And as you all know, this is the stem. The question is called the stem. And you have the 3 or 4 distractors. Be very careful when you read the distractors. There will be only very minute differences. And what you have to give more importance to is the word not. Which word does not mean? So many children in haste, in a kind of anxiety, ignore the word not, and they will simply tick the answer which will prove wrong. So when it comes to MCQs, you have to be very, very careful. Coming to the word attack, there may be 4 marks for your word attack. Suppose you do not know, pick out a word which means from the paragraph. You don't know the meaning of it. What you need to do, you have to make a guess. You can't leave the answer. Sometimes by luck it could be right. So when you make a guess, you try to make a wise guess. How to make a wise guess? Replace this particular word. Now you see, I have taken prevalent. One example I have taken prevalent. Which word really suits? Then I may sometimes, my answer may be correct if I choose widespread. Replace these 4 options in that particular graph and see which word is nearest, closest, and then put a tick or write that particular word. This is regarding the reading section. Reading section, highest you can get 20 with a minor 1 or 2. That 1 or 2 you cannot afford to lose, because that is where you have to be very, very cautious. Coming to the writing skills, you have 2 questions. One is the letter writing and one is the analytical writing. I think your teachers must have given you enough of practice for the letter writing. The format is very, very important. Be thorough with the format. Madam, date enga ezhudradhu? Mele ezhudunuma, kizhe ezhudunuma? Enga vena oru edathila ezhudungo, left side. But let it be there. Date should not be missing. Have you all understood? The format is very, very important. Next is the subject of the letter. Don't write a very big subject. See, the examiners will have to correct number of papers. A very intelligent examiner will just read the subject of the letter and say, oh, this child is amazing, and not even read the full letter and give full 5 marks. So what is more captivating is the subject. Let it be very precise, very brief. Request to replace the damaged AC recently bought. This much. Unable to, a complaint, suppose if it's a complaint letter. Have you all understood? So this part of, this aspect you should keep it in mind with regard to letter writing. Order letter you have complaint letter, you have letter to the editor, and you have the enquiry letter. Coming to the analytical writing, they give you a pie chart and they asked you to interpret the data. There are some words which your teachers might have already instructed you. Whereas, compare and contrast. People above 30 are found to be happier because they something reason. Whereas these connectors, ask them what are the connectors to use. Again, let me tell you, many children take English very easily. They don't consider it as a subject. But remember, how many problems you would have solved in maths? Do you solve so many in English? No. A person who gives equal importance to all the subjects only, you can see 98, 98, 98, 98. Coming to grammar, you have 3 types of questions. One is the gap filling, the second will be editing, and the third will be transformation of sentences. Direct and indirect. Your teachers would have given enough exposure and practice. There is still time. There is still time for you to practice and get the best. One thing you should remember in grammar section, nowhere you should make a spelling error. Madam, for example, last week we had an exam and the child in incorrect, it has happened, and the correct is happened. What the child did was, she wrote H-A-P-P-E-N. She identified the incorrect correctly. But when it came to correct, she wrote H-A-P-P-N-D. The E was missing. Please remember, in grammar, we are strictly instructed that it is 1 mark or none. So you cannot afford to make a spelling error even in grammar. In case you have made a spelling mistake in reading section, that could be ignored. But in writing section and in grammar and in literature, fluency and accuracy are of prime importance. Sir? Before that. Coming to the literature section, which is a huge. Now, very important, your textbook is your Bible. What, madam, you are telling like this? Yes. What do? We learn the little bit of notes here and there and say, oh, I am thorough. No, you can keep all the notes away. You can just read the reader. If you are capable of making one question per paragraph, that will be excellent. Read the reader. Use the diction that has been used in the textbook. It is fantastic. The NCERT's textbooks and the stories have an amazing amount of diction. Vocabulary is very good. So you can choose and compel yourself to use such kind. For example, I think recently we did the Mitchell the Otter, and there was a word called appalling spectacle. So it was a very nice phrase I said. Children, you should see such kind of, look forward for such kind of phrases and sometimes compel yourself to use such kind. Because the examiner looks whether this child is an avid reader. See, remember, those who are good readers, English exam is a cakewalk. They have abundant vocabulary and no two words you should be able to use it again and again in the same answer. English doesn't have a dearth for words. So you should be able to use, even in analytical, yesterday when I gave an analytical writing for practice, the child was using the same word. I told no, missing, absent. You use in one place missing, in another place you use absent. There are two words. So this shows that you have a variety of words at your disposal. Coming to the extract, precision and accuracy is very, very important. Understanding the textbook. Please don't read the notebooks or only the answers that are given in the reader. Never, never. The examiner is at a discretion to make her own questions from the textbook. Maybe there would be a slight change in the language, but remember, every paragraph is prone for a 3 marks question. When it's a 3 marks question, 3 value points. And you can't write, I know the story, I will write a big paragraph. No. The examiners are very, very shrewd. The value points will be clearly demarked in the answer key, and we have to abide by that. So wherever there is a scope for 3 value points, you can clearly think, okay, this question is probably, it could come a sure shot. Your teachers would have definitely told you, prepare for this. So don't depend only on the questions which are at the back. 90% it will not come. Slight changes here and there, merging 2 questions could come. Next is the poetry. Be thorough with all the figures of speech. Now, madam, what is figure of speech? Figures of speech, literary devices, poetic technique are all the same. Only the word is different. So don't get frightened by looking at that particular word. Mostly children get petrified by looking at the question because the length of the question is going to be very big. Only the length is big. The answer you all know because you know the text. So have patience. Always say, yes, I know everything. I know, I have read. Unless you have self-belief, you will not be able to do your best and give your best. So with regard to poetry, the poet's name and the figures of speech is very, very important. I will take up the last item which is very, very important. Talk on it a little elaborately. What is it? Reader is your Bible. I have finished talking. So we'll go to the next. That's all. Precision and accuracy I was telling. Whenever you are writing any answer, see that you write it accurately, which is mentioned in the text. எனக்கு என்ன தெரியுமோ நான் எழுதுறேன். அப்படினா உனக்கு 1.5 mark தான் கிடைக்கும். You will get only 1.5 out of 3. But if you are very, very accurate in the answers, then only you will be awarded 3 out of 3 marks for short answers. And that also, if you are committing a structural error and a spelling error, you will be losing marks. So, every word that you pen, those who are expecting, I think last time 99 was the highest in English. Last CBSE examination. 1 mark, English is always not like maths. They don't want to give. Many times we have argued, why sir, why English not? Are you expecting a journalistic language? They are all, after all, poor children. But somehow down the line, they are not giving 100. They retain only to 99. So, accuracy, as I told you, every word that you pen has to be cautiously, consciously penned down. Then definitely you can get above 95. I will tell you a small incident. When my daughter, way back in 2000, I think, even earlier to 2000, I think it was 1998, they had to write a paper for 100 marks. She wrote the exam and she came. And she said, Amma, I will write and give you. Can you evaluate my paper? I said, why not? You write. She sat and wrote the entire paper for 2.5 hours and she wanted me to evaluate. When I evaluated the paper, I gave her 95. But you know, I didn't show her the marks. And then I gave it to another teacher who may be doing the work impartially. And what happened was she gave 98. You know what happened? When the results came, she neither got 95 nor 98. She got only 93. Why I'm telling you is, this sometimes the disappointments could happen. We should also be prepared for such kind of disappointments in life. But life is not ultimate. 93 or 95 doesn't make a big deal. But still, I'm telling you, these could happen when it comes to board exam. Now you are going to write shortly your pre-board 1 or whatever it is. You can add plus 10 marks, minus 5 marks. That is going to be a real range of score. Unless and until you do extraordinarily hard work, it cannot take a big rise. So be careful and do well. Start your preparation from today onwards and think every exam is going to be your real exam. And yeah, how to attempt a value base. This is it's very close to my heart. Every lesson has got a value. You should be able to understand what are values. You must be knowing honesty, discipline, punctuality. The values are endless in number. So each, regarding the 6 marks question, you have 2. 6 into 2, 12 marks, which is a huge amount. Children tend to lose because it's the fag end of the paper and they become very restless. But let me tell you that this is a very vital part where it can suck your marks. Just when you go to a wedding, you would have seen people starting with a sweet and ending with an ice cream. Have you all? Yes or no? Kalyanathu ponella modala enna kudupanga? Payasam. And what do you have outside? Ice cream. Adhe marda answers li enna pannu neenga? Modalla first line value based question la you start with a quote. You start with a quote relevant to that particular answer. For example, I have given you one question here. Sir, very quick, it's very nice. No, sir, value based, step number 1. Step number 1, you identify the lesson. And the question is, what made Richard Atbright a successful scientist? Second, start the answer with a quote, a proverb, or a saying. Third, start the first para by writing the important values in life. What do? Straight away we start with the answer. No. You talk about the value as first paragraph. First will be your quote in black. Use black and blue. So first you write the quote in black. First paragraph you talk about the value. How discipline is very important in life. For example, this particular lesson, making of a scientist. Next paragraph, connect it with the lesson. How Atbright's mother was very careful in disciplining the child and making him a successful scientist. And concluding last, connect the value with the character by supporting it with incidences connected to the value. So next, the final line. The final line must be very important. So 1 minute, yeah. I said no pain, no gain. So you end with a payasam and start with a payasam and end with a ice cream. This will be a real takeoff. The examiner actually looks forward. How original is the child? How creative is the child? So you have to be on a lookout. What quote can I do? Sometimes you can create your own quote. Not necessary you should by heart the quotes of great people or a proverb. But let it be without any grammatical error. That is very important. Why, madam, you may ask me. But in the model line, if you make a structural error, the teacher may think, oh, the child doesn't have a strong foundation. So don't give room to it. What you can do is by heart a few quotations, proverbs relevant to the lesson and keep it in the store, long-term memory. The last one, sir. Time management. Many children come and tell me, madam, the paper was very lengthy, madam. No way. No way the paper can be lengthy. When can it be lengthy? It can be lengthy when you are unprepared. So, time management is very important. You cannot spend a long time on a particular question. You have to be very quick. Thinking for a long time. When do you think for a long time? When you are unprepared. So you just have to recall. Amma, in the answer, inge padichom liya. Oh, then. Because you have time only for that. You can't spend more time recall. Then what will happen? The time flees, passes away. And towards the end, you may leave a question or you may do total injustice to that particular question. Don't become a victim of time management. Effectively manage your time. Finally, last. Solve many papers just like you do for other subjects. Download the answer sheet. There is a model answer sheet of children who have passed out, who have got 80 out of 80 or 79 out of 80. It is already uploaded in the CBSE website. You download it and see, not a symbol overwriting, not a simple scoring would be in that particular paper. So these are certain techniques as far as I have in my course of experience as a teacher, I have transacted with my children, disseminated, and furthermore, for more elaborate talk, if the authorities want, I shall come and transact and disseminate with you. With that little note, I thank the Narayana Group of Schools for giving me a wonderful opportunity. Thank you. Have a great day.
Children, really we did have the experience of precise, compact, composed presentation and English. I think all of you are enriched with that, and thank you, Shanti ma'am. Thank you so much for your presence over here. I call upon OMR team who just want to give us a short briefing with their dance. They wanted to give us a short eye treat.
பறவைகள் உடல் மறுமுறை சென்றாலும் சொந்த ஊர் போல் சுதந்திரம் வருமா வருமா கண் பிறந்த தேசம் அங்கே கண் மூடும் தேசம் எங்கே கண் பிறந்த தேசம் அங்கே கண் மூடும் தேசம் எங்கே பிரிவோ
wonderful performance with perfect synchronization, rhythm, concept, and really they've set the stage on fire. Now, we welcome Vijay sir, CEO in charge Pan India, to give an insight on a college program. We welcome you, sir.
Boys and girls, another 15 minutes. I need your attention. Just settle down. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone, once again. Thank you for having me here. Today's program, Safalta ka Rasta, the road to success. Now, primarily when I heard about this, I understood that this program is meant to make things clear for you regarding your board exams, which is the main thing in the coming few months. And from morning you had different programs. You had a very, very good motivation session, inspiring session by Sharani ma'am and other dignitaries. The two subject experts gave their insights on how to crack the board exam. But let us just do a bit of a time travel here. In few months, just imagine you'll finish the board exam, you prepare well, you are very happy. But does it end there? No, it will not. It does not. You have to march ahead into the most important phase, which is your 11th and 12th. Here, to understand this, I just want to present a small metaphor. You all know what a bridge is, right? Bridges over the water bodies, bridges on the roads, right? There are many places where bridges help us cross the difficulties we have. We cannot really walk on the water sometimes, right? We need a bridge. We cannot just strand in a traffic jam. We might need a bridge over there. So always bridge helps, to reach the place safely, happily, and comfortably, right? So 10th class is such a stage in everybody's life, right? Where we are in a lot of chaos and confusion. Even when we have clarity on what to do next, we are in some kind of a confusion. Because there is a lot of complexity, and making a choice is the most difficult task. So, coming back to the metaphor, what if we have a bridge to just cross over this confusion, complexity, right? And then just reach the destination happily and comfortably. I'm talking about your 11th and 12th. I'm talking about what courses you should be choosing. I'm talking about whose help you should take to be successful. So I take that opportunity, and briefly I will just help you run through all the aspects about which I was mentioning. Right? Where to study your 11th and 12th, what programs to choose, what to expect from your preparation, and then how to be successful. The presentation. Okay. Friends, all of us will think about, most of us think about two streams, right? Engineering and medicine. Now, I'm not going to really dig deep into these two streams and then how they are good, but briefly we'll just understand. Now, if you choose to be engineering as your career, then you have to clear the major entrance exams. You have to clear major entrance exams. And those entrance exams are JEE Main and JEE Advanced. There are other entrance exams per se, but clearing these two or preparing for these two definitely will help you to get into your chosen college, if not the colleges that are otherwise possible to get into by JEE Main or Advanced. So just give a thought onto what is on the screen. The JEE Main and JEE Advanced exams will lead to the best of the colleges, the best of the engineering colleges in the country. Right? Most of you, when I actually, I was in a CO school the other day, and then I asked, what is JEE? What is JEE? And what do we do after qualifying JEE Main? What do we do after qualifying JEE Advanced? Most of the students fumbled. They really don't know the expansion of JEE. They really don't know what they do when they get into IITs. And most of them could not even tell the full form of IIT. Now, nothing wrong. We all have good and high ambitions, but you should exactly know what is what. So the JEE Main examination will lead to the IIITs, the NITs, and other colleges. Now, what are IIITs? You heard about IITs. What are IIITs? Right? What are NITs? Now, I'm not going to explain what are those now, because we don't have time. But just take a snap of this in your mind and then try to search. We have a great instrument called Google, and it tells everything. So just go and try to find out what is IIIT and what is NIT. But coming back to JEE Main is a very important entrance examination you should be clearing if engineering is your choice, right? And coming to JEE Advanced is further more important for those who want to get into IITs, right? So I hope that you all know about IITs. If not, again, do the same exercise. There is something else down there, IISc and IISER. Even these are important. Even these are very, very important institutes to pursue science and engineering if those are your career options. IISc, there is only one in the country in Bangalore, Indian Institute of Science. And IISER, Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research. Right? There are 7 of them in the country. So just to understand, what is the choice that you have when you are aiming to be an engineer? Okay, when you are aiming to be an engineer, you should aim to be the best of the engineers out there. Best of the engineering possible, engineering education possible, only when you are in best of the colleges. Right side, if you see, the best colleges sponsored by Government of India, and left side are the private colleges. Of course, you should have plan B, right? When you are preparing, when you are aiming for anything, plan A and plan B are important. So plan A should be to aim for those institutes on the right side. And plan B is the institutes on the left side. And in my experience, I'm telling you, when you prepare for JEE Main and Advanced seriously, getting into any other institute is easy. Okay? So, I hope that you have caught this in your mind. Triple ITs, right, for engineering. NITs, again for engineering. IITs, right, again for engineering, definitely the best in the world. IISc for pursuing pure sciences. IIScr also for pursuing pure sciences, right? Next slide. Next slide. Okay, so what I said so far is just summarized here, right? And then you can see the numbers down there. People think that getting into IIT is very, 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 very difficult. And I say, not at all. Getting into NIT is very, very difficult. Not at all. Unless, see, everything is created twice. Right? Everything is created twice. I will explain. Whatever you want to achieve can be a reality only first when it is created in your mind, then it will be in physical reality. That is the meaning of everything is created twice. Unless you fix that you are going to be in IITs or NITs, the best of the engineering colleges, it is not possible to land anywhere on the institutes that I'm showing you on screen. So, first fix and then start preparing. Now, when I imagine, and I hope that you have understood about all this, if at all you're thinking, sir, what to do to really get into these colleges? What should I be doing to really get into those colleges? And whose help I should be taking? Where I should be pursuing the preparatory courses? If these are your thoughts, then definitely 90% your job is done because already you are a Narayana student. Only 10% is left. Only 10% is left, which you have to actually start in your 11th and 12th. Because Narayana as an institute, as a conglomerate, is achieving continuously best of the results in the entrance examinations for the past 40 years. For the past 40 years, we have been achieving best of the results in helping students get into these premier institutes, right, where we learn something called as engineering. Okay? Now, what should I be doing next? After your 10th class, you should choose the right program. Of course, you will choose Narayana. You have to choose Narayana because the track record says so. It is not that I am representing Narayana, that's why I am saying this. You have been seeing the screens for a long time, right? And you have seen the results. And in every school, you are seeing the success chart of Narayana. So I need not again vouch for it. Let us suppose you have chosen Narayana in your 11th and 12th. But again, you should be choosing the right program in 11th and 12th to be successful in these entrance exams. Right? So, yeah. So this presentation I will share. You can actually go through where are these IITs, where are these 23 IITs present in the country. Next. Where are the NITs present in the country? Next. There are 31 NITs. Next. Right? There are 23 triple ITs. All this is information. I did not read and then tell everything. Next. Yeah, this is definitely you should capture again about Go to the end. Next. 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 Yeah, wait. Okay. Yeah, the presentation, as I told you, I will share with your teachers. You can actually go through the details. Having chosen Narayana as your choice in 11th and 12th, and here I am taking the example of engineering. Okay, so let us just see the programs that are available. The programs that are available in our Narayana colleges. You should be actually noting down these programs and then discussing exactly what these programs are and what are the minute differences between these programs, and then choose the right one. Okay, you have 4 programs under IIT, if at all your choice is engineering. You have 4 programs under NEET, if at all your choice is medical, right? The programs I'm reading, this is very important. Star CO Super China, this is the name of the program or the course that you are going to pursue in 11th and 12th. You have next course called CO Super China. You have the next course called CO Super China N120. Right? Names can be deceiving, my dear friends. N120. The basic difference between or among these 4 programs, if at all we take the case of IITs and then try to understand what they really mean, the difference is the intensity and the intensity in the conduction of the program. Now, if your aim is very, very high like JEE Advanced, for sure, you should be choosing the first 2 programs, right? But even if you're joining in N120, which ensures success in JEE Main, after 3 months, your performance in the course is very, very good. You are confident that you can do well. Then you will be allowed to crawl up into the next program. So this decision will be taken by definitely you, your parents, and most importantly by your teachers and mentors in your college. So always there is an opportunity to crawl up. So first being the best program for JEE Advanced. Now intensity meaning time, the number of hours per day you have to spend to really prepare for JEE, right? And then 2, the number of exams you will be writing per week to really master the course, right? And then the time in which the entire course will be completed. See, there will be 3 phases in our Narayana College programs. Phase 1 is completely teaching the 11th and 12th maths, physics and chemistry. Phase 2 is revision. And phase 3 is preparing you for writing the mock exams. Okay? So, the time for teaching will be very, very less. Will be very, very less in the first program, because more time is given for revision. Now you will be thinking, sir, how come the entire syllabus of JEE will be taught in less time? What about the second program? Second program, little more time we give for teaching. Now that depends on the background of the student. So if your time well spent in your Olympiad school or in your E-Techno school or in your CO school has already fetched you good amount of learning in maths, physics and chemistry, you are thorough with what is already taught in 8th, 9th and 10th in Olympiad or E-Techno or CO, then you might need less teaching and more revision. So if you have already done so in your class 8, 9 and 10, you should be choosing the first program. Right? Or the second program based on the convenience, place, distance. There are other aspects. Most of the students who are doing very well in the second program will be moved to the first program by their 12th class. Okay? This again I am saying in quotes. So you will be choosing one of these programs on two bases. One, your knowledge and confidence and learning in maths, physics, chemistry during your school time. And two, your goal. If it is JEE Advanced, then the first two programs. If it is JEE Main and Board and you are not so confident, right, because your learning did not go well as per you and as per your teachers, then you should choose the last two, start preparing well and crawl up the ladder. Similarly, in NEET also we have 4 programs. Logic is one and the same. You have to choose those programs. Each of these programs, they have a different objective in mind when they are designed. And the only difference is the intensity or the time that is spent in the 3 phases that I told you. Teaching, revision and exams. That is the only basic difference. Okay, so let us now just go back and then understand. We have here tried to understand that the road to success will only end, should end, at least in our perception right now, if you just crawl up for the next 2 years, you should be landing up in a very good engineering or a medical college or any of the premier institutes that I have shown. Now, if that is your goal, then you need the best institute. We already thought that 90% that job is also done. Remaining 10% in actually coming into the track is choosing the right program. So I have explained briefly about these programs. More details, the college principals or college deans or college heads connected to your school, they will come to you, they will explain in detail exactly what these programs are up to. When are they going to start these programs? Right? I have given everything that is needed right now at this moment in a nutshell. They will do this in your school clearly when your mental space is free. Right? So 10% choosing the course. Now, if at all we have any doubt in that 90%, which I said already decision is taken, I'm saying you should see the results. Always you have to choose the best. Okay, you go to a restaurant and then do you order the least popular dish in the restaurant? No. You go to a multiplex and then you have the choice of watching a movie, right? You have 500 rupees in your pocket and then you are allowed to watch. Will you choose the worst movie? No. We always tend to choose the best. That is basic human tendency. We are hardwired that way. So, are we choosing the best institute? Okay, see, these are this year's results. You can ask your school heads, you can ask the college heads, whoever are visiting, sir, this year result is okay. Already we know, we are seeing the posters in our school. What about last year? What about last 5 years? What about last 10 years? Please ask. Please ask and be ready to be amazed. Be ready to be shocked. Ask last 20 years results also, no problem. Every year the results are the best out there. In the arena of all the institutes, right, trying to achieve best ranks for the students enrolled, every time, each time and every time, proudly I'm saying that Narayana is achieving best of the results. Primary reason is very good students joining Narayana. But good students choose Narayana only when there are best results. So which is first? Right? I will leave that question for you. So every year getting the best result is possible with one philosophy called evolution. Evolution. Right? Evolution is continuous improvement, continuous adaptation to the new challenges, continuous adaptation to the new environments in which we are struggling. So evolution is a biological term, right, to be very, very specific. So living organisms evolve, right? They evolve to survive, and only the best survive, isn't it? So Narayana stands on the principle or the idea or the natural process called evolution. We are continuously updating to the new trends in the competitive examinations. Not only that, we are trying to continuously update to the new the mindsets, the changing mindsets of these students. We are trying to continuously update to the changing mindsets of the examiners. On a broader scale, why examiners are changing the paper models? Because they have, greater goals in mind based on the statistical study. Last year's JEE Advanced, you should see this. Last year's JEE Advanced statistical analysis, there is one file in NTA website. And you know the number of pages in that file? 2035. I downloaded it because when there was an interview with the toppers, I just wanted to again get the know-how of at what range. And students with what marks and ranks are choosing what engineering streams and why. There is a lot of analysis, I say. Right? So, my dear friends, to conclude the entire session, okay, so I would say that we have come to a stage where we have to take the decision about two things. One, about what is your goal, which stream are you going to be in, and two, with whose help you are going to achieve that. Right? So, please spend time on this. Take help of your principal, take help of the college deans and heads who will come to visit you, ask about the courses. Please question them about the results. Right? And a big round of applause for the first ranker this year in JEE Advanced. Okay, which we got. Big round of applause again for the first ranker in NEET, which we got this year. And many ranks thereafter. So, choose the best course and be successful. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for such a resourceful thought as such. Students, yes, the Safalta ka Rasta, as we have termed it, and as you know, your progression and your success is majorly seen, not only this year's performance, even next 2 years, isn't it? So thank you, sir, for giving them a light onto what is the next progression, how they are supposed to progress towards the success. Then I call upon Masudan, sir. It has been late, but still, we wanted you to have your presence over here to elaborate the students and guide the students.
Good afternoon, students. Good afternoon, students. There you go. That's much better. First of all, once again, a round of applause for all the students who got excellent results in this AJ. Come on. That's better. Now imagine 3 years down the line receiving the same applause for yourself. Just imagine. There you go. Now, how do we turn that imagination into reality 3 years down the line? That's the first thing you should be thinking about for the course of this and the next 2 years. Just think. How do I turn this grand picture of success? We have a title called Road to Success. Yes, Road to Success. It's not just success. There's a path you have to travel to reach to that destination. Imagine the path. How you're going to do this for the next 3 years. Where are you going to land? And it's not just a road. It's not a straight path. It's not just one way to the success. It's full of treacherous turns, tangents, loops, which will throw you off. How do you prepare for yourself? How do you come out of this? How do you make sure that you eventually lead to what you call as success? I know you all are in 10th grade. You just now reached into this double digits grade. You should be 9th, 8th. First time you are in a class which has 2 digits in it. And you have some goals and aspirations you want to do for this academic year. If I ask you, if I ask anyone, one of you, can you just answer what success means to you for this, at the end of this year? Anyone?
Success is the final destination you reach after putting a lot of efforts and you feel that you've reached the goal.
That's a beautiful definition of what you're saying. But how does it pertain to you? What does it mean to you? What is your success? What do you consider as your success? May I know your good name?
Shweta.
Shweta, what do you consider as a success for yourself? I don't want a textbook definition. See, everyone can give textbook definitions. Beautiful to read. It inspires. But what does it mean to you? How does it relate to you?
Success is when I actually put my effort, I set my goal, I actually put my effort, work towards it, and when I feel that I've accomplished something out of what I've done, that is what means success to me.
Okay, success is basically reaching to a particular goal. Are you sure about your goal? Have you set yourself a goal?
Yes.
What does that goal represent right now?
My goal is clearing NEET exam.
Your goal is clearing?
Clearing my NEET exam.
NEET exam, which is 3 years down the line, isn't it?
Yes.
Now tell me, how do you reach there? That's 3 years down the line. That's quite far away. How do you reach there? What's the program's name today? Name of the program? It's right over there.
Not exactly sure, but I'm planning.
Safalta ka?
Safalta ka Rasta.
What does Rasta mean?
Rasta means the way which you follow.
A road. Yes, a journey. So what's your journey for the next 3 years? How do you reach to that destination?
My journey is to first now that I've set my goal, I have to think towards achieving it. So for that, I need to prepare myself to concentrate on the main subjects and find ways to keep them in mind and find different ways or the different patterns in which you learn so that you can actually think of a higher based order thinking and solve the questions which you need to.
But that means your journey purely depends upon you without anyone's help?
No, you definitely need help from your teachers, your parents and mentors who will train you or who will support you in order to make sure that you get the confidence. You get the confidence to make sure that you can do it actually.
Excellent. Good answer. Anyone else? Anyone else? Can you introduce yourself first?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I don't know what success is to everyone, but for me, success is not a destination but a journey.
Yes.
I think it's a journey of achieving your goals, not just, something that's related to your career or your academics, but it is something, like being the best person you can be. The journey to being the best person you can be.
So how do you want to be the best person you can be in the next 1 year, 3 years? Okay, forget about 3 years, 1 year.
what I want to be in 3 years.
No. How do you be the best person you can be in the next 1 year?
I think I have to be more disciplined.
Discipline. Okay.
And I worry too much. So
You
I
worry
think-
too much. I heard about you. Yes, I've been hearing about you. You worry too much. You overthink. Okay.
Yeah, and I think I think I'll try to bring out the best in myself.
You have to give your
Then
best. Okay.
And read more books. Like I've always wanted to read more books.
You want to read more books. Okay.
And I think that's all.
Okay. Is there any student who thinks that they shouldn't give the best of their ability for the next 1 year or next 3 years? No, everybody will say, yeah, we want to give the best. Aren't those generic answers? How do you reach to that spot? Anyone else? Anyone else? Don't worry. I'm not going to take much time of yours. Okay, I know that you're all tired. You want to go back. You want to have your lunch.
My name is Andrew from Medavakum branch.
May I know your name?
Andren.
Okay, go on.
Sir, so to excel in some ability, I would say to practice it again and again. So to practice it again and again.
To practice again and again.
Yeah. So if you do it once and if it's hard for you and you give up give it up at that point, there's no use. So you can't become better in it. So once if something is hard for you, if you do it again and again and practice it until you become perfect, that's the ability to achieve something.
Okay. You define success as practicing again and again and to achieve your goal.
Yeah, and to me success is happiness. So not temporary happiness but permanent happiness. So
Success is permanent happiness.
yeah, so something I do right now which is going to give me happiness is it's temporary happiness. Something I prepare myself and so after 10 years or 1 year or 5 years, my goal which I reach in, that's going to be my permanent happiness.
After 10 years, after 5 years. What about next year?
So, yeah, that's from 1 to 5 years, your end goal. So your end goal should, give you happiness. If that doesn't give you happiness, there is no point in doing something to achieve
That's
that.
good. So how do we reach to that state of happiness?
So you have to work hard from day one.
Is working hard just sufficient?
You have to work hard while gaining knowledge.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Gaining knowledge. Excellent. Where do you get this knowledge from?
From people who have been in that particular position. So they have multiple years of experience. So once you learn or talk to them, you will get that perspective of the point which where you want to reach.
Exactly. You have to learn from the people who are capable of giving you that knowledge. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
That's what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you think you'll get that?
Get there from years of experience. So after
where do you get the people who impart that knowledge onto you?
People around you. So you have to find. You can't stay in your comfort zone and wait for people to come to you. You have to come out of the comfort zone and look for people or find people, watch TED Talks or people who surround you or in your family. And
so basically you're saying in a nutshell, go to the experts, right?
No, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. In a nutshell, go to the experts. Those who have gone through this process, those who have the experience of putting people in that state, seeing people in that state, bringing them out so that they can extract the best out of each person. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Great answer. So,
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So basically, for the next 1 year, you have some goals, something called success, and you want to take that path so that you can reach to that place. Depending upon who you are, what you are, your goals will change. But mostly, I can pretty much guarantee that most of you will be worried about the 10th grade and the board exam that comes at the end of it. Am I right? But what about beyond that? Yes. Is there anyone want to answer? What about beyond that? What about beyond that? If you're looking for a long-term success, if you're looking for a long-term progress, for let's say after you finished 10, where should I go? The road is not a straight path. As I said, the road is not a straight path. It's filled with junctions, cross sections, where you have to choose which way you have to go, which path is the most favorable to you. Just now, the people before me presented you with a set of courses. You heard about something called Star CO, some CO program, N120, and all those things. That seems like a lot of complex terminology that is thrown at you. But you should think about what you are going to do 1 year down the line, right at this point. Your talent and convert it into what you claim to be successful. As you saw just now in few slides, you heard something called Star CO program. Did you hear that? Star? Repeat after me. Star CO program. So, this Star CO program is basically catered towards students who can do the best, who can extract the best out of them and bring out the best possible results. Every one of those ranks you saw right now, every one of those, rank 1, rank 2, rank 4, rank 8, rank 10, in JEE, all came out of that program. You can be that next rank. You can be one of those students. In fact, exactly 3 years ago, about in 2009, my team, myself and my team started this Star CO program in Chennai. And 2 years down the line, we produced the best ever rank in Chennai. The student named Ashwin secured All India 18th rank. Give an applause. Imagine the very first year you start a program and you get the best rank of the entire state, rank number 1 from just one program alone. Not just that. A few hours ago, we saw a dedication, a nice dance dictated towards the empowerment of women, girls. Remember the dance? Give an applause for all those girls. In the same program in 2019, which we started, the state girl topper, the state girl topper came out of that program. Her name is Harshita. I look at every girl right over here. You have the potential to be the next state topper. I want you to be there. You should be there. That's exactly what you should be aiming at. Don't you want to be the next state topper? Don't you want to be the next country topper? Every girl, come on. Don't you want to be? Yes. Give me a resounding yes. Yes, sir. There you go. Here we, in our CO program, in Star CO program, we take the best of you and make it better. Convert your imagination of what a success is into a reality. In just 2 years alone, we produce the best ranks ever. And I want you to be the next success story. I want you to be the next poster child of this program. Your face should be on the screen when a new set of students see. That's how you convert your dream into a reality. So come to us. Write it down. Star CO program. We started that in Gopalapuram. We then started in Mogapere, and we are going to start one more in Pallavaram. So these 3 programs, these 3 branches are what you're going to target for the next 1 year. So go through your individual learning, go through your 10th grade, lay the foundation so that by the time you reach to your 11th, you will be in one of these programs. Ashwin, as I said, Ashwin, state rank 1 just in the first year itself. Right now, he's in IIT Bombay. He is the topper of entire IIT Bombay computer science. Not just the computer science, entire IIT Bombay. And you will be one such story next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. So, remember, success doesn't happen in a linear path. You have to put the effort. You have to lay the foundation. Take steps from right now itself so that you can make your story turn into a reality. Don't you want to? Don't you want to? Do you want to be successful? Do you want to be successful? There you go. You took a first step on the road of success. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for the inspiration that you have given to. So students, as we reinforce once again, Safalta ka Rasta, as you want to experience the success, you need to work hard and you have to have a pathway. And pathway, as sir has spoken, it's not straight where we can go ahead. There are so many things that you need to accommodate into your mind, sacrifice certain things, only then you would be successful as such. So, thank you, sir, for the very short, insightful thought to all the students as such. And as the students, we know like the programs that we have with our college team into CVO Spark or CVO Super China, N20 programs, which will be explained in your campuses with a special program as you are progressing into month of December, January, where you are looking forward for your college admissions as such. Thank you. If any of you have any type of questions that you wanted to have a clarity on with regard to your Safalta ka Rasta or anything towards the progression of today's program, especially when the speakers have spoken, you have something in mind exclusively what ma'am has addressed in her, addressed towards you. Any type of questions that you have?
Before that, how was the program? How are you enjoying? Are you finding it useful? Yes, ma'am. Can you please scream? I want your energies out. I can't hear you. Much louder, higher. Okay. Are there any questions you want to ask me? Are you guys scared to ask me questions?
This is one of the finest chances for all of you to clarify your doubts once again.
Sir, can you pass the mic there?
Ma'am, my doubt is when we actually want to prepare for our exams, when we are leading towards our goal, like where do we actually start from?
When you want to prepare for the examinations, where do we have to start? Okay. I think you should start with a proper mindset. Mindset is the key to anything. You want to achieve anything in life, you have to have a right mindset. You can't have a 50% mindset and start 50% thinking that I may not achieve anything. I may not excel in this particular subject. So first have a prepared mindset. You have a plan. Next is plan. And next is the skills required. You have to attain those skills. If you don't have the skills, it's completely fine. If you have that power to attain those skills, develop the knowledge over time and develop the right skills, everything required to achieve that ambition, I think your job is done. Do you agree with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
The best way to work or study is to study in bits. Study for half an hour, indulge in something else, come back, and over the time increase the pace of learning. For example, if you start with half an hour today, increase it to 1 hour, 2 hours gradually, but make sure you're not stressed.
We have few other students.
Someone there, ma'am.
Someone there in the boys also.
Ma'am, how to get our interest in something which we are feeling really bored, ma'am, sometimes?
How to get interest in solving?
Interest in subjects or sometimes when we are bored, ma'am.
So we all have that one subject where we are bored of, or we hate, or which is very complex. First understand why is this subject complex. Why am I not able to put in 100% of the effort and concentration? And today's world, there's so many videos in digital technology, in YouTube, that if you assume every concept as a story, and if you can link that story to your life and to the concept, I'm sure you can connect. And as I said, behind every formula, every derivation, every concept, there's a beautiful meaning to that. If you can understand that meaning, you don't need to mug up anything in life.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Harshini of class 10, belong to Porur branch. I want to ask you a question like what inspires you or how you got the thought to start IIT and NEET for school students, that too from 6th standard?
What inspires me is the students interacting with the entire Narayana family, gaining knowledge continuously, and more than anything, I believe each and every student has a takeaway point, has some insights. It might be your real life experiences or the situations you're in. That inspires me. And addressing to the second part of your questions, our founder Narayana Group believed that you have to have a strong foundation to achieve anything in life. It might not be relating to only academics. If you want to become an extraordinary figure or if you want to excel in public speaking or anything, you have to have a foundation and knowledge. And in Narayana Educational Institutions, we make sure your foundation is enhanced throughout the learning process.
Thank you for
That's why we have
answering.
come up with IITs and NEET so that maximum share of results from South India and throughout India go to all India competitive examinations.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
You had mentioned about spending time on what we like to do and at least spending half an hour. but the biggest problem I faced is finding out what I like, at least understanding my interests. Can you give some tips on how to figure out what we want to do?
Do you journal every day? Do you have a habit of journaling?
I don't journal, ma'am, but if there's anything that I feel like I want to note down to look into later on, my feelings or my habits, I do note them down. Not every day, ma'am, but sometimes.
Do you spend time with yourself?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, occasionally if I find time, then I do try to understand.
But can we spend time every day, at least for 10 minutes, as soon as you get up, just write down your thoughts, what thoughts are disturbing you, what thoughts are present in your mind. We have a lot of thoughts which are ongoing. It's an ongoing process throughout the day. But we have a lot of energy in the initial hours of the day. We have high energy. So if we can channelize that energy and if you can put your thoughts down, if you can work accordingly every day, spending 10 minutes with yourself with consistency. Here I'm not talking about spending one day and then next day it's okay, let me skip, I don't have time. It's all about priorities. I believe no one is too busy to have their own time for themselves. At least before sleeping or getting up in break times, make sure you jot down and work on that. You might not get result in one day, but I'm sure 1 month down the lane, 2 months down the lane, you will definitely see a lot of improvement, self-improvement, and that is enough to create that one miracle in life.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I'm Sarvagya of Narayana OMR branch. And my question is very simple. My question is, are all my sacrifices worth it? I see my friends, my own age friends. They'll be playing. The same time, I'll be studying.
Can you come forward? I'm not able to actually understand your question.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Ma'am, my question is, are all my sacrifices worth it? The same time, I'll be studying. My friends would be playing. They'll be playing football. I'll be studying maths. Is it worth it?
I believe all sacrifices are worth it. It depends on what you want to achieve in life, where you want to go, where you want to head in life. If sacrificing watching a movie is fetching me enough knowledge to attain my ambition in the future, then why not? Why can't I become my own competition instead of focusing on my friend's career path or journey? If you think like that, yes.
Because ma'am, all we are doing is to get into a college. We are working our asses off to just get into a college. Is getting into college everything?
Getting into a college of your choice or anyone's choice? Or looking
Of our
at your
choice.
friends? Of your
IITs.
choice. Getting into a college of your choice will definitely add that boost to achieve your ambition. And if you can sacrifice, if you are willing to sacrifice, then why not take the next step and achieve something big in your life? Why can't you become that benchmark for creating something extraordinary?
Because I've seen many famous personalities. They won't be from IITs or something, but they're still successful. We see Steve Jobs. He dropped out from a reputed college, but he's still successful.
Success is not only about achieving something. I believe with every failure comes success. The number of times you fail, automatically success comes, because with every failure you get a lot of learning and maybe you get depressed, you get demotivated. But if you can clearly analyze your learning, your path, why did I fail? If you can analyze on that, that is enough.
Thank you, ma'am.
That is a real learning for you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Once again, I'm Aparajita Lakshmanan from Mogapet Narayana. My question for you is that there are certain days where I feel extremely motivated. I'm off the charts. I'm very productive that whole week. But then the next week, I don't know how, but I get tired or I don't know, I get unmotivated. And then it's just a big, it's like a graph. It's like a complicated graph. Sometimes I'm really motivated, sometimes I'm not. My question is, how do I keep the constant motivation up?
Okay. So how do you deal with mood swings, right?
Yeah, how do I refuel my inspirations?
Okay. So how do you deal with mood swings? How do you enhance your concentration? The best way to deal with mood swings is to talk with someone you're really close with, your mentor, your guide, your friend, anyone, and make sure you get a conversation out of that, you get something out of that. And second, indulge in your favorite hobby. I keep stressing on this because the amount of positive chemicals that generate out of your mind when you indulge in something you love, when you indulge in someone you love talking with, it's just next level. You generate a lot of energy, and in that way, your mood is refreshed, you're very active, and you forget of all the moments which caused you stress. So focus, concentration also improves gradually. As I said, develop an interest towards that particular subject. How do I develop? Watch a lot of content, relate everything as a story, narrate your real life experiences, and start asking yourself questions on that particular subject. And all these ways are an impactful way of how you generate focus and concentration. I hope I'm clear.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, my question is, does success and happiness means the same? Ma'am, I'm basically asking this question.
I'm not able to understand.
Ma'am, does success and happiness means the same? Basically, I'm asking this question because everyone was saying, I want to attain happiness, so I'm reaching my ambition, success, etc., etc. But does it really means it?
You're asking me, does success have a meaning?
No, ma'am, I'm asking, does success and happiness means the same?
Okay, does success and happiness means the same? Okay. I believe happiness is a part of success. Success is an ongoing process. You achieve something, you get very greedy to achieve something else. And with every step you have happiness. Even though you fail, if you can create a happiness out of that, if you can create a learning, and if you can smile, even in the worst situation of your life, that 1 point aspect is enough to add success to your life. Happiness is a part of success, just like how failures are a part of success.
I see. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Manisha from Ramapuram branch. And I have a doubt that how to reduce the fear during the exam so that we give our exams well.
Okay. May I know why you have fear? Okay, when you think about fear, what is that one thought that comes to your mind?
We should get good marks.
You should get good grades. But if you're so confident about the knowledge you have, about the foundation, why should you think about something like that?
Literally seeing all the portions like if it is more, and we don't get confident when we are near to the exams, ma'am.
Most of us concentrate on the outcome, but not the process. If you can enjoy the process of learning, I'm sure you will have thoughts once you enter the examination hall, how much will I get? How much will my friend get? Will I be able to beat my friend? Will there be any disturbances in the examination hall? So many thoughts. But if you have a positive set mindset, and if you have confidence, and if you have a strong foundation, and out of foundation you develop knowledge, focus, determination to do that. So if you have all these combined, if you can work for yourself, then I'm sure stress is just one factor.
Yes, ma'am. I understood, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I'm Rehan from Porur branch.
Can you come a little forward, please?
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Rehan from Porur branch. My question is, according to you, hard work is important or smart work is important, ma'am?
According to me?
Smart work is important or hard work is important, ma'am?
I think both are important. If you work really hard, for example, I'll just give you a situation. You all write All India competitive examinations, right?
Yes, ma'am.
For one particular examination, you work really hard.
Yes, ma'am.
You believe that hard work is the ultimate. No doubt hard work is the ultimate. But in All India competitive examinations, to create an edge with your friend or to get the top ranks, you need smart work.
Yes, ma'am.
Questions might be lengthy, the paper pattern might vary. But over there, you need smart work along with hard work. In sufficient time, how can I complete the paper? How can I complete the questions I know in the paper? I'm sure smart works come into picture.
No,
you can't keep solving a lengthy question and deriving the equation and everything in All India competitive examination. One question can decide your entire life. So you need smart work. According to smart work, you need hard work also.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I'm Nikita from Madravile branch. And do you have any tips on self-motivation, ma'am? Like how do you start motivating yourself?
The best thing to do, according to my personal experience, which I still do, is to read and watch a lot of articles. There's so many articles, there's so many videos, of so many prominent personalities who have failed but achieved something big in life. So the first 10 to 20 minutes of your day, start by reading positive quotes, reading quotes on all aspects of life which enhance your life skills. At the same time, indulge in videos, watch videos, and gain a lot of knowledge and apply it in your real life. We sometimes start the day, let me watch a motivational video today. But we don't follow a pattern of consistency. But if you can follow a pattern of consistency throughout every day for the next 6 months, let me start by watching videos, motivational content. And in that way, you'll have a motivational mindset and you'll be able to apply that knowledge in real life, in your real life situations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, my question is...
Can you please come forward, please?
Ma'am, my question is, ma'am...
Can you speak louder?
Ma'am, the weak subject which we don't understand, ma'am. How to overcome that, ma'am?
How to overcome fear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what are you scared of?
What, ma'am?
What are you scared of?
Maths, ma'am.
Mathematics?
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you scared of mathematics?
Ma'am, that I can't understand mathematics. So the formulas...
You can't understand?
I can't understand mathematics, ma'am. So that formulas...
Formulas?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is that one disturbing factor when you think about mathematics?
What, ma'am?
What is that one disturbing factor that comes to your mind when you think about mathematics?
Formulas and I was scared, ma'am.
Sorry?
I was scared, ma'am, when I'm reading maths. So I can't understand anything, ma'am, maths, because that's square roots.
You can't
formulas.
understand anything?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever make an effort to understand a formula? What is behind the formula?
No, ma'am.
Can we try altering ways, altering our statements? Instead of saying, I can't do mathematics, I hate mathematics, can we frame it in a better way, saying, why not, let me give a shot? Yes, why can't I understand one simple formula, understand the logic, why a particular scientist has invented that formula and applied it in our real lives?
Okay.
Can we do that? Can you try and tell me the output?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful interactive session. Definitely, with your inputs, students will define their Safalta ka Rasta. Success, the way to success, the path to success, Vetri in Padai. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Ma'am, just few sentences actually before we leave. I would like to thank the students, first of all, for their patience. Since morning, you had a lot of motivational content, so much academic-related content. The main idea behind this Safalta ka Rasta is to prepare you students for a life lessons of tomorrow. It's not about educating you on academic-related concerns or issues. It's about how you progress in life. 10th is just one grade, but you have a lifelong to go, and in this life, you'll have a lot of achievements, failures, but one thing I can tell you is, please take every failure as a stepping stone and work on your failure. That's when you become a better person. And as I said, many people, all of us, just are very stressed out on the output. But if we can actually enjoy the process, enjoy every minute, whether it's failure, whether it's success, that is enough to create a difference between us and others. And wishing all the students all the best. At the same time, whoever is watching the program, a special thanks to all the parents who have been there, a special thanks to the entire Narayana family, especially the coordinators, principals and the soft skills team who have been there a part of the program. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day. Thank you.
It is my proud privilege to propose this vote of thanks. Safalta ka Rasta, Road to Success, was a great success today, with lots of motivation and inspiration to these young minds. It is my honor to thank our Director Madam, Sharani Ponguru, for sparing some time with us, spending her valuable time to motivate and encourage all our grade 10 students by inspiring with her story and motivational speeches. Especially thank you, Madam, for clarifying the doubts of students. I sincerely should say that it is the time that they should feel tired and they shouldn't ask anything, but the numbers which they have come out shows that how much enthusiastically they participated, and that shows the success of it. And thank you so much at the end taking the lead and clarifying their doubts. I take this opportunity to thank our DGM, Madam Lakshmi Samyukta, for her enormous and continuous support and guidance. Thank you, ma'am, for organizing this very successful event. I also sincerely thank Mr. Sujit Kumar, who kindly accepted our invitation in a very short notice to motivate and encourage our students. My heartfelt thanks to Mr. V. Tyagarajan, Principal of the prestigious Kendriya Vidyalaya, IIT, and a math subject faculty for motivating and grooming our students. Most of the students made a note of what you have given as a PPT. Thank you, sir. And I also thank Madam Shanti Ravi for her tips and tricks to do English better. You gave a hope to our children to score centum even in English. Thank you, madam. I extend my sincere thanks to our CEO team, Vijay sir, Madhusudanan sir, Jagadish sir, Veda madam, state coordinators, zonal coordinators, principals, academic deans and teachers for making this program Safalta Ka Rasta a grand success. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all the members involved in making this event more successful. My sincere thanks to Mr. Ratna Kumar and Mrs. Sindhuja, the principals of the prestigious Narayana schools, for taking this program in a smooth and orderly manner. A big thanks to the technicians of visual media for making this program lively and colorful. And a sincere thanks to the students' fraternity for maintaining discipline and actively participating throughout the program. Good job done. You have proved that you are born to win through this program, because the way how you handled yourself is very commendable. My sincere heartfelt thanks to the print and electronic media for the presence and the coverage. Last but not the least, my heartfelt gratitude to all the supporting staff for extending their kind cooperation. Thank you all. Let's rise for the national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मा